Match number 8 coming up. Gulbarga Mystics taking on Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Live from M. Chinnaswamy Stadium here in Bengaluru under lights. So this is going to be a cracker of a contest. This is a super Sunday. All you viewers watching everywhere around the world, welcome to this fabulous, fabulous game. And one team winning last night and the other losing as well. So there is everything to fight for in this match, in match number 8. In the commentary box, it's me, Raghavendra Raj. Along with me is Vikram. Very good evening to you, Vikram.
Good evening, Raghavendra. Looking forward to yet a brilliant match about to unfold. We've seen this is kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. One team which was right on top.
Yeah, that's right. Toss was there. Srinath was there with both captains. Let's see.
It's a super Sunday at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, and it's the Maharani Trophy KSCA T20 2026. Match number 8, and it's toss time. The all-important game. It's the Gulbarga Mystics taking on the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. In all readiness, I have the captains to my left, Pratyusha for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, and Rajeshwari Gaikwad for the Mystics, and the match referee, Ms. Spurti. Rajeshwari will give the coin a flip. Heads is the call. Tails it is. Raja, ಇವತ್ತು ಟಾಸ್ ಗೆದ್ರಿ, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಬ್ಯಾಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ನೆನ್ನೆ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿ ಬ್ಯಾಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಡಿ 9 ವಿಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಭರ್ಜರಿ ಆದಂಥ ಜಯ, 2 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೆನ್ನೆ ಬಂತು. ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇದೆ ಮೂಡು ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ?
ತುಂಬ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತು ಬ್ಯಾಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ನ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತಲೇ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ವಿಕೆಟು ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ನ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು.
ಟೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇದೆಯಾ?
Same team.
All the best. Pratyusha, belated birthday wishes. I couldn't wish you yesterday. You wouldn't have been happy with the result that went down yesterday. What's the mood in the dressing room?
I think the girls are still very positive. I think it was just a small hiccup in a long tournament. I think we're ready to come back.
Any changes in your side for today's game?
No, we are playing the same team, sir.
Go well, Pratyusha. The news from the center is the Gulbarga Mystics have won the toss and they have decided to have a bat first.
That's the news from the center. Gulbarga Mystics winning the toss and electing to bat first. And both captains confident, winning the toss and electing to bat first. Now Gulbarga Mystics will want to have a good start here. And on the other hand, the Bengaluru team, after that heavy loss to Mysuru Warriors, will want to come back and win this as well. So Prerna G and Krishika are the new batters who have come out to bat, and Namita D'Souza is all set to start the proceedings. And it's going to be interesting. This is an interesting offside field for the right-hand batter here. They've got a deep third. It's a 6-3 field. 6 on the off and 3 on the on.
Yes, I think the Mystics are going to want to replicate some of the performance they showed yesterday when they won. Good, strong opening partnership, probably region of 70-80, and I think the team staff would have told their players accordingly.
First ball. And starts off with a full toss. Almost just gave it back to the bowler. But then that is going to be the first boundary here. Just very cheeky there and lucky as well for Prerna to get off the mark in this style. Both Prerna and the Gulbarga Mystics are off the mark.
Yeah, Prerna losing no time at all. What would you do if you got a full pitch? You will just dispatch it straight back past the bowler, one of the areas which is never covered, and a Kalyani Motors boundary there to start them off straight away.
Yeah, just not where she intended, isn't it? It was just very cheeky, half-hearted as well. Just gave it back. Better line and better length as well. Just coming back into the right-hander there on that occasion.
So one team which started very well in the tournament, the Bengaluru Blasters, had a bit of a disappointment yesterday, the day before yesterday, and then the other team, which is on a resurgence. That's what sets this up contest so beautifully.
tap and run. That's the order. Direct hit is needed, but she would have been home any which ways. This is good start here. Gets a boundary, and on the third delivery she just gets off strike 2. We've seen how important the power play is going to be. Yeah, nicely on that one. Just trying to beat that bowler there on that occasion. Could have gone into the hands so easily on another day.
Raghavendra, the Hubli Tigers chased down that target very easily of 160. Do you think at the back of the minds of the Mystics is this pitch is worth a lot more runs?
Nicely on the up and pierces the gap as well. She's threading the needle earlier. It's Krishika on the other hand. She gets off the mark in style with a boundary. So both opening batters getting off in style. This one more convincing though.
Krishika being quite severe on that length, just from her crease, dispatching it past the point fielder for a Kalyani Motors boundary. Both the batters, experienced batters, showing what they can do. They're not going to spare any new loose ball.
A brilliant shot that is on the up and piercing the gap, the smallest of gaps there. 2 boundaries in this over now. Straight to that cover point fielder. Yes, you were talking about the players and the intent, what they need to have as well. And we've seen that in game number 1 this afternoon, where Hubli Tigers chased that 116 in 15.3 overs, mind you. So there was a 4.5 overs left as well. So you know that this track wouldn't slow down as much as we probably would think as well. So you can expect 170 plus total again on this track. Gulbarga Mystics with on offer slashes, but there is deep third. This is a very good field for this right-hander. On the up, she's generating enough bounce. 1 over done, 10 for none is Gulbarga. Krishika Reddy and Prerna Ji are starting off proceedings here. They've got a decent start here. 10 runs of the first over. They got Karnika Karthik will be bowling from the Rahul Dravid pavilion end. She's an impressive bowler.
Karnika is one of the brightest stars and a genuine all-rounder, and you will see that shortly in this match.
Just back of length. It's important. You got to race to the occasion, isn't it? Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters yesterday not able to get to that total of 125 against Mysuru Warriors. You'll have to as quickly forget and come back stronger into another day. The margin for error is very, very marginal in back-to-back games like that. Pratyusha Challaru in the background there, the captain of the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, wants a bit of a field change though.
Yeah, so you were asking about Karnika. Actually, we've discussed at length what multi-sports persons can bring in. A few highlights about her have been that she's also played national level table tennis, fencing, is a certified scuba diver and stuff like that. There's something I've heard when I went to an SNC center where she was training.
Just gets a hand to that, but then that'll race away to the boundary. She took a chance. She's paying a prize here. Krishika took that chance there, and an element of risk involved. That mid-off fielder was there, mid-on, beg your pardon.
Yeah, you somehow think those catches should be latched on to. However, such is the way things go. You've just got to put that behind you, get on. Just a little to her right, challenging one. But Kalyani Motors boundary there to that mid-on, long-on fence.
Yeah, good effort in the end. Oh, just beats the batter. That corridor of uncertainty is what she's looking at. Karnika there trying to make Krishika drive that one. Not a bad idea to have a slip, isn't it, Vikram?
It would, in my opinion, yes. Perhaps they're good with this field. They just want to throttle these two. Yeah, it would help to have a slip at these early stages, but I think they're just going to play a little bit safe here.
Nicely coming onto the bat, isn't it? We saw that in the previous game as well. The element of risk is what you need to take, and we saw that especially with the Hubli Tigers. What a power play they had in the previous match. And that's exactly what Krishika and Prerna will be looking at doing as well. You got to take some risk, and risk is the down payment of success.
Quite right, yes. You do get the reward for risk usually.
Last ball of the second. Going down leg. Wanting the run, sent back as well. Smartly done. 2 overs done. 14 on the board.
I think a large part of the batting would be done by these two up here, followed by Roshni Kiran, Aditi Rajesh and Soumya Verma.
Oh, beautifully hit that. Walking across and creating that gap on the onside. There was that mid-on fielder and that mid-wicket fielder. And what a shot this is. This is a shot of confidence. Just about 4 deliveries she's faced, and she's oozing with confidence.
Brilliantly taken, just coming out of the crease and just hitting it past the the mid-on fielder for a Kalyani Motors boundary. They're on their way.
Definitely is. She gets on top of that one, and then she knew exactly where she wanted to place that. Gets to the fence. Good effort there by Namita of her own bowling. This is exactly what you need. You need that commitment from every player. You got to stop those boundaries. Can't really let go off in the power play itself, Vikram.
Correct, that's quite right. You've got to stop those boundaries, which is where I sense that slip sometimes, although you get the reward for risk. Perhaps Pratyusha this time sensing, let's just go without the slip for now, have an extra fielder saving some runs.
Again, walking, and then this is brilliantly fielded as well. That's the captain, Pratyusha Challuru. What a stop that is. It's been the captain's day, isn't it? The Sunday. We saw 2 captains of for Mysuru and Hubli doing. Now Bengaluru.
Driven straight past. The batter is probably thinking it's not going to go. It's going to go past the fielder, but Pratyusha is right on the ball, and almost a misunderstanding with the batters out there, but they've recovered.
Definitely boundary written all over it. And that's the kind of commitment you got to show, and you got to lead from the front. Decent over this after the boundary. Back of length. Had ample time to place that, but finds Karnika.
Yeah, Krishika is very strong in those shots. One of her favorites is that wideish, expansive off drive, and the pull you saw, which just almost came off. Just getting back to your question about the youngsters being thrust into the attack. Yes, one of the features of the Bengaluru Blasters is they've held back someone like a Mithila Virod, who's a very seasoned exponent of swing, and let someone like Karnika take over. And at the other end, they have Namita, who's quite an experienced bowler.
Nicely driven this time, beautifully through the covers as well. That's a cracking drive. Just on top of it, and the timing was exquisite. Brilliant boundary this.
So Krishika just going to her favorite areas. The bowler is delivering in such a way that she can just use those areas past that fielder and for Kalyani Motors boundary. Look at that beautiful elegance over there from Krishika. These two batters very experienced.
Yeah, oozing in confidence is both these batters going on to double digits now. This is a strong start, mind you. Last ball of the third. She needs to finish well, Namita. And they've got protection now in the deep. We'll keep it to a single. 3 overs done. It's 24 without losing a wicket. Gulbarga Mystics. 24 on the board without losing a wicket. Gulbarga Mystics. Both batters getting a move on here. Prerna. Karnika. Oh, play and a miss. This is what she's been looking for, isn't it? We saw that in the previous over as well. She got the batter beaten. Now she's doing that again.
Yeah, just Karnika's also just keeping that line around off stump thereabout. Also going to be very watchful is the fly slip which is there. And the point fielder, they're going to have to be very, very alert. So a lot of those balls are going to go there, especially because we know the way Krishika plays. She likes to play shots there also.
Yeah, packed offside field, the fly slip there, and then the backward point and point behind square. There is enough protection. Oh, just almost chopping it back on. The pace is tricky, isn't it, of Karnika especially. It's not really pacey.
Yeah. Just guiding it over there, but not able to get it away. So, do you, Raghavendra, see this as a defensive posture that we have the sweeper cover and the deep mid wicket, which is what I'm hinting at?
Bowled. That's exactly what she wanted. Hits the timber. That's the sound as a bowler you would love to hear, and that's the cheer as well going. The first wicket and the first blood has been drawn by the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. She looked promising, but a little too early on that one. Came back in sharply and hit the top of off.
Karnika just getting that ball to come in a bit and celebrating. She knows she has her prey. Krishika just getting a little carried away over there after yesterday's knock. In the confidence she's mustered today. So it's the tail up for the Bengaluru Blasters who want to come back in strongly into this match.
Handy knock, but unfortunate that she couldn't last long. The first wicket is down. Gulbarga Mystics are 24 for 1. Yeah, plenty of support for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, isn't it? And what an over this has turned out to be. 2 dot deliveries. She was under pressure. She had to come in and get a boundary. In return, she loses a wicket.
At the crease will be Roshni Kiran, who is also one of the senior players. Don't forget, she's captained the under-23s in Karnataka 2 years ago. She's commanded a lot of respect, and she will want to prove herself in this particular tournament. She's not had much work to do so far. We'll see how she comes off today.
Tail up now for Karnika. Gets off the mark, does Roshni. Direct hit needed. Direct hit too! This could be interesting. They will go upstairs, and direct hits are always tricky. I thought Roshni was a little slow to start on. This is going to be touch and go.
Well, the body language tells you, doesn't it? Look at all the Blasters fielders around there. I think Roshni is just clinging on to a little bit of ray of hope. And let's just take a look. Throw coming in by Lavanya. And batter found just short of a crease, bat in the air. That's going to be out.
What a strike. This is one stump to aim at. And she's hit the bullseye. And bat on the line is out. It has to be, some part of the bat has to be over the line. This is the frame. I don't see that bat crossing that line. It's on the line at the moment for me, Vikram. I'm not too sure. You've got the binoculars.
I said the event has passed, and yes, I actually think it's not behind the line, not crossed the line at all. So that's to me looking out. Just a little bit of certainty will come in once the TV umpire gets back to us.
Absolutely, this is going to be a tough one there. Just on the line is out, mind you. It has to, some part of the bat has to be over the line. This is turning out to be a very, very critical over. Yeah, this is a bit zoomed in as well. This is a brilliant bullseye on that moment there. At that moment, the bat is on the line.
So if this does turn out to be out, Raghav, there's always that extra excitement. The momentum is with you. The Lavanya Chala seems to be the fielder. And that's because it's a direct hit. It adds that bit of excitement.
Yeah, they're really getting excited now. Are the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Yeah, that is the commentary box, us here, and the umpires. That's a green light. Benefit of doubt given to the batter. Yes, not enough evidence on that occasion for them to rule that out. I think the umpires there have done a fabulous job because there wasn't enough evidence that some part of the bat was over the line. Yeah, this is what happened there. Straight to that fielder there, and one stump to aim at. Yeah, just touch and go. And Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters thought that they've got the second one, but not to be. The angle can be deceiving, isn't it, Vikram, at times?
Yes, actually, it can be when you look at it again and again. The more you look at it, the more you think it's what you saw first.
Just leading edge. This is an exciting over this. Yeah, in fact, if you go back to that replay and see exactly where the cameras were, it was just not in line with the crease. It was a slightly angle. You really can't make out if the bat had a bit of a bat inside the line. So I think the benefit of doubt goes to the batter. Yeah, this is where it is. Look at the angle from where the camera is, and that really doesn't give you conclusive evidence. 4 overs done. Exciting over comes to an end. It's 25 for 1. Excitement, isn't it, on a Sunday evening? Gulbarga Mystics 25 for 1. Roshni is just got a life, half a life, I would say. She needs to capitalize on that. Namita D'Souza is being expensive. 2 overs, 20 runs. Driven straight to that cover fielder.
Think that if this pair doesn't make it good, I just get the feeling that they will promote Aditi Rajesh. She will come into her own this evening. She's got a point to prove. She didn't have a particularly good day yesterday and the match prior to that. So I think she has a point to prove, but these are all just predictions. We also have the capability of Soumya Varma as a batter.
Yeah, the wicket-keeper batter, Soumya Varma. Plenty of batting left, and remember that they won the toss, elected to bat first. We saw that 159 in the afternoon wasn't enough, so they should be targeting over 180 or target something closer to that. At the moment, these two Delri, she's pulled back things here, Namita. It's a decent start to this third over of hers. Roshni. Drifting on the pads, that's nicely flicked away. That should race away. Magnificent shot this. You can't err in line, and then you do that, you'll pay the price.
And Amita's line just drifting a little bit. Look at the heavy angle there. Straight away that ball had hit me on it. Just flicked me away. And that goes for a Kalyani Motors boundary.
Yeah, nicely on top of that one. Good hand-eye coordination. Yeah, you get a chance, and then you get a life. You got to make the most of it. Beautiful setting this on a Sunday evening. All the viewers watching, if you're close by, you can always walk in and watch this game live at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium here in KSCA. Enough support for Bengaluru though.
So now we've got the long on and the sweeper cover at the outside fielders.
Oh, that's nicely done. That 45, the fielder was inside the ring, and she made the most of it. Roshni gets her second boundary. Again, drifting down the leg, and then she capitalizes on it very quickly.
Just a bit of short, and the batters equal to the task, know exactly what to do. There is no fielder there back there, just over the head of the backward square.
Again, this is turning out to be an expensive spell from Namita D'Souza. Last ball of the 5th. Needs to finish well though. Again drifting down the pads again, and that will be another boundary. 3 boundaries in this over, 12 runs coming off it. 5 overs are done. It's 37 for 1.
Five overs done. The Mystics winning the toss, electing to bat. Rajeshwari Gaikwad didn't have any hesitation. And they're off to a reasonably good start. One more over left in the power play. 37 for 1. The Mystics, the one lone wicket. That of Krishika. Kanika Karthik into a 3rd over. And in the com box, there's a change. I'm K. Srinath. With me is Param. Param, welcome back.
Yeah, good evening, and good evening to all our viewers. Super Sunday here, match number 8. Gulbarga Mystics 38 for 1 after 5. Pretty even Stevens, you would say, at this point in the power play.
Of course, very keenly poised as of now. And Karnika Karthik has a lovely action. Nice runner, builds that momentum and the point of release. And more than anything, I've loved her temperament. When she did get the wicket of Krishika, she just stepped out to upset the line of the bowler, but she never held back. She just went on to hit the stumps. Kanika is somebody who's really impressed, not only with the ball, she has opportunities to do that with the bat also.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been the pick of the bowlers, not just for the Bengaluru Blasters, but also in this tournament. Not giving away too much, being very economical. Last couple of games, she's picked up quite a few wickets. Been very, very on the money, I should say.
Through stump to stump line, which is the most important thing, discipline for a fast bowler. This time round, full length, and gets the treatment. High over long on, though there was a fielder in long on. Just a mere spectator. The first cycle pure Agarbatti maximum from the bat of Roshni.
Yeah, slightly fuller here on this occasion, and Roshni is not going to miss out on those opportunities. Gets under that ball beautifully. Good balance there, and sailing away over that long on fielder.
Never held herself back, though there was a boundary rider. She had belief in her ability and clears the long on fence comfortably. Good comeback, an attempted Yorker. Takes it on the full. Smart batting from Roshni. She's just carrying on from where she left yesterday. She had a small little cameo and a good partnership with Krishika, who remained unbeaten yesterday. 2 half-centurions for the Gulbarga Mystics yesterday when they had a convincing 9-wicket victory. It was Prerna and Krishika.
Yeah, much needed win for the Gulbarga Mystics. They got those 2 points on that table, and they're in that race now for the Maharani Trophy.
Having said that, I was surprised when Rajeshwari walked up and said, we want to have a bat first, good conditions, and we want to put our score on board and put pressure. When they chased the 145 down with 3 overs to spare and 9 wickets left, why would they do that? The question always rings in my mind. Last ball coming up. Play and a miss. Finishes well, but for the 6, good over from Kanika Karthik. 3 overs, 1 for 15. End of the power play. 6 done. Gulbarga Mystics winning the toss, batting first. 47 for the loss of 1 wicket. this is what transpired in the power play. A false start, full toss, driven down the ground. Namita D'Souza not able to get a line going. On the up, this one was swatted. The catch dropped. Just walking down disdain to that delivery. And this was pure timing. Boundary is Kellor, and this was the wicket. Didn't let go of the line. Roar, she's been a find. A real revelation. And offline was Namita D'Souza. Got clipped. And this ramp shot just over the 45. Once again down the leg. 3 boundaries of that over. Proved pretty expensive. And the last one, high over long on. This time it was Roshni. Now the captain Pratyusha decides to get herself on. First signs of spin from the Anil Kumble end.
Yeah, I like that celebration there that Karnika did after getting the wicket of Krishika. A little bit like Sheldon Cottrell from the West Indies. Bit of a kiss and a salute. Very, very similar to that, I should say.
Sharp observation from my young friend here. He's there, spot on, watching every ball. He's just not letting go of the subtleties, the small nuances in the game. He's got an eye. But he's denying the fact that when he did play the under-19s and 23s and turned out for Bangalore occasionals in club cricket, he says, I've never seen you umpire, but I have vivid memories. Maybe he's had an off day that day. He's just trying to camouflage that.
Well, I'm not getting any younger, am I? But yeah, good old days when I was playing for the Bangalore occasionals. But happy to be on this side of the, I should say, the operations world and the comm box with the KSCA.
With that single, just get past 50, Gulbarga Mystics. They would be reasonably happy just having lost one. A small partnership building between Prerna and Roshni. We always talk about one of the top 3 batters who's in. Needs to carry on big, and that's what we saw from Shubha Satish for the Warriors. And later on, it was Pratyusha and Vrinda all the way. A mammoth opening partnership of 135. And Vrinda Dinesh taking it upon herself. The skipper remained not out. And they were coasting and cantered on a 9-wicket victory, chasing down the target of 160. Smart bowling and a finish with the dot ball. Over number 7, the Mystics 52 for the loss of 1. Talking about a Super Sunday, the sound of the drums, and always, even in the Maharaja, we saw the crowds turn out in support of the Bengaluru Blasters when they did play in Bengaluru. It's a lovely sign. In fact, free entry for people to come and watch. Get along your family and friends. It's a Sunday. Watch a game of cricket. Enjoy yourselves and soak in the atmosphere. This is the colorful crowd we are seeing, and there we see the drummer. In fact, I had a taste of the drum there. You know, I did try to get a couple of hits, but failed to get the sound out of it. It's a professional job.
And Ananya Hegde from the Rahul Dravid end. Small trivia here for our viewers. The coach of the Bengaluru Blasters, Samarth Hegde, father of Ananya Hegde. Today is his birthday, so wishing him a very, very happy birthday.
In fact, I've sent him a message, he's still not replied. Must have been busy with preparations. In fact, we've got a couple of siblings. One is Ananya Hegde and Shubhang Hegde, who captained the Bengaluru Blasters. The other is Gautam Mishra, who turned out for the Mysuru Warriors. Her sister, apparently, Shreya Mishra, plays for the Mysuru Warriors. Great camaraderie, family coming into picture. This tournament is throwing up a lot of things. In between, we see a brilliant sweep shot. Execution, picking the line early. Prerna ji is just on there, is not letting go of what she did yesterday.
Yeah, swept and swept beautifully there for a Kalyani Motors boundary. Little full from Ananya Hegde, and Prerna Ji not going to miss out on that.
Fetching it from outside off, there was no chance of her getting LBW. Beautifully executed, rolling the wrist. For any youngster watching how to play the sweep shot, this was a master class from Prerna. Once again swept, this time fine. Though there was a fielder at deep square leg, absolutely no chance. Back-to-back boundaries, Kalyani Motor boundaries. Now the Mystics are just motoring along.
Yeah, fuller from the previous delivery on this occasion from Ananya Hegde, and slightly down the leg. Fielder inside the 30-yard circle. No chance there for fine leg.
Drifting on the pads, the first shot forced her to get the fielder in the deep, but lost her line again. Sweep shots are one that can really put the bowler off. Again down the leg. She has to reload that. What's going through Ananya Hegde's mind? In fact, we were talking about the heart she had to bowl. A youngster shown a lot of promise. One more leg spinner whom I love to watch is Kushi. Leg spinners, on the scene is something exciting.
Yeah, through the gap on this occasion. Shot and wide from Ananya Hegde. Prerna Ji with another Kalyani Motors boundary.
Just overcompensating that bit. Shade outside the off stump. Using the depth of the crease on this occasion, Prerna times it to perfection. Splits the gap, opening the face of the bat. No chance for the fielder inside the 30 yards. All the four fielders inside the circle are on the offside. Another Kalyani Motor boundary. Third in this over. Expensive start for Ananya Hegde. Delicate touch, but no damage done. Finishes the first over. Expensive 15 runs off it. 8 overs done, and the Mystics are 67 for the loss of 1 wicket.
We were talking about the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters not giving away too many runs in that power play. Bit slightly even Stevens, you would say, but the last couple of overs, a few boundaries coming in there, and looks like Gulbarga Mystics is taking them to the cleaners.
True, and that's a forced bowling change. Pratyusha just bowled 1 for 5, and she gets Ritu Argauda, the off spinner, who's looked pretty impressive in a short stint in this edition of the Maharani Trophy. 4 inside the ring on the offside. Sweeper cover is the boundary rider. As always, the deep square leg, the cow corner, and long on the leg side. Starts off brilliantly. Looks like she's been bowling all night since yesterday, getting the ball right in the area where she wants to.
Yeah, she's been very impressive last couple of games. Coming in, bowling a few overs, getting a couple of wickets in between.
Down the ground. Just did it hit the rope? Certainly they would check. Timing was excellent. Length ball had to be dispatched. Roshni is looking in fine touch.
Yeah, fuller on this occasion, and Roshni getting under it. Fielder inside that 30-yard circle. Yeah, confirmation there. Just pitching right in front of those ropes.
Param is a multifaceted personality. Operations, commentary, former cricketer. And he says, confirmation. Has it come? Kalyani Motor boundary. Excellent comeback. Steely nerves. Though she got driven over the top of mid-off. Just slowed her down and pulled the length a tad shorter, forcing Roshni just to block that ball out. Off spinners have become a rarity. They're not seen anywhere in franchisee cricket, especially in men's cricket. But in this particular edition of the Maharani, we've seen some real good off spinners, and they've been bowling to right-handers within the power play, which is something really commendable.
Swept. And that goes the distance for a cycle pure Agarbatti maximum. The fielder at long on had no chance, sailing over ahead.
Terrific exhibition of power hitting. Fetching that ball just from outside the off stump. Had a chance to open her arms. Timing perfect over the long on fielder. It was just not about timing, the positioning and the power which Roshni got into that shot. Amazing shot that was. Just knocks it around, doesn't get into any sort of dot ball clutter. 11 of the first from Ritu Gowda. End of 9. 78 for 1 Gulbarga Mystics. .67 is the current run rate after 9. The projector scores are showing 173. Maybe now the girls have got a hang of how the surface is behaving and what they need to do here. And Pratyusha, who had 1 over for 5 runs from the Anil Kumble and gets back for a second from the Rahul Dravid end. Canny operator, the captain, she's playing her cards close to the chest. Off to a good start are the Mystics.
The kind of stroke play that we've seen in this tournament. A couple of classic shots, quintessential cricket shots, one would call, and some innovative shots as well. How impressive has that been?
Oh, it's been fabulous to watch. Today's 100 was a masterclass of classical cricket batting. Who would say that T20 cricket can't coexist with orthodox cricketing shots? We saw that from Shubha Satish, but some power hitting. The typical T20 shots we'll see from the blade of Vrinda Dinesh and Pratyusha. So we've had everything what you require for a buffet on a Sunday. Slows that up and takes full toll of it. Prernaji this time around. Timing and picking the gap to perfection. Another Kalyani Motors boundary.
Yep, full up and wide on this occasion from Pratyusha. And Prerna not going to miss out on that at all. Threading that needle in that gap beautifully between that extra cover and cover region.
No second invitation needed. You have the 4 fielders within the ring. It's just about the gap you need to pick. There was no clutter in her mind. She was clear. She just wanted to go through the shot. That's the sort of mindset these young cricketers have come out with. Impressed with the way Prerna and Roshni are going about the job. Pull this time around. High over the cow corner. Power packed shot. That's a cycle pure Agarbatti maximum. Roshni is on fire.
Yeah, bit of a gift here from Pratyusha. Short delivery and Roshni had all the time in the world. Times that to perfection. Sailing over that deep mid-wicket fielder.
Rocks back onto the back foot. Got the elevation right. The bottom hand coming into picture. Picture perfect 6. Length ball knocks it around. An expensive over. 13 of it. Halfway mark. End of 10. Mystics winning the toss, deciding to bat. 91 for the loss of 1. And the umpire signals it's a welcome hydration break. 2-minute break. After that, to take you through the next 5 overs will be, as always, Raghavendra Raj along with him, Vikram.
Welcome back in at the halfway stage. Gulbarga Mystics are 91 for 1. They've done really well in the commentary box. It's me, Raghavendra. Along with me is Vikram. Ananya Hegde was expensive in the first over she bowled, but these two batters here motoring along. Roshni on 42 of 25, Prerna 33 of 20. The projected scores say 182, and I'm sure Gulbarga Mystics will be happy and would want to take that. Another spinner here who's been taken to the cleaners.
So, I really think that, do you think that actually with the three pace bowlers operating the power play, that's also a defensive measure for this Bengaluru Blasters team?
I'm not too sure if you'd want to call it defensive, because you get your seamers to attack, and that's exactly what they did early on. Karnika did pick up a wicket and also was effective. She just bowled 3 overs and conceded only 15 runs. Economy of 5. Namita was expensive. So I would really not think that they would it was a defensive ploy, but at the other end we've also seen how spinners have been effective.
Yeah, the plots have typically been get your spinner in early, a combo of a spinner and a pace bowler, or two spinners together, and that's fetch wickets, and that's what Bengaluru Blasters don't have right now.
It's just that you want to take that pace off. This is nicely cut away and gets a boundary as well. Roshni is dealing in boundaries now. This is a fantastic shot. Cut and cut late and gets a Kalyani Motors boundary.
Just a bit of shot and just cutting away as far hard as she can. Evading the fielder, just about evading the fielder. Lavana Charan on the boundary. She'll regret that she couldn't stop that one, but she'll come back strong. So there you are. Batters are finding the runs. Just a little lunge to the left, and that could have been stopped.
Again, nicely on top of that one, this time straight to Lavanya though. Yeah, this is a very good knock here from Roshni. 47 of 30 deliveries. Every over, they're getting their boundaries. The current run rate is 8.86. They'll want to maintain this till the end, and if they do so, they'll definitely go past 180, and that's exactly what they'll be thinking too. Last ball of the 11th. Nicely swept away for a single. 11 overs done, it's 97 for 1. They've used 5 bowlers, have the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, Namita, Karnika, Pratyusha, Ananya and Ritu. And only one has been successful, Karnika picking up that wicket, and that's why they've got the seamer. Mithila Vinod, the 6th bowler, now being introduced.
Yeah, loads of experience for Mithila, and yeah, I completely respect your views, Raghavendra, that they've actually would have had an attacking mindset. Just trying to understand the kaleidoscope of thoughts that go through, you know. This is a 170 wicket according to me. Yes, projected scores may project 180 now. And as a result, I thought if the Bengaluru Blasters felt they restricted this opposition to about 150, that they would be on top.
No ball, says the umpire straight away, and that's going to be a free hit. Not the start which Mithila Vinod wanted, and exactly what the Gulbarga Mystics wanted. It's a free hit now.
The crowd is on the edge of its seats. The Gulbarga Mystics waving their flags wildly. They want a big one here. And Mithila Vinod's going to have to pull out all her experience to curtail what the batter Prerna G. Rajesh has in store.
6 on the off, 4 on the on. Got a long on in place. And it goes to that long on fielder, one bounce. Luckily for her, it wasn't too expensive, that no ball.
Do you actually see that, when you actually change ends of a no ball, which happens quite often, you can run very hard when you see the umpire raise his hand, that you can actually bowl to a field which has changed. I mean, bat to a field that's changed. I'll come back to that in a second.
Yeah, obviously it was a dot ball, so this is nicely driven, and this will be a boundary and also a half century for Roshni here. We've seen plenty of them today, but this has been one of the elegant ones, and a celebration too for Roshni K. 51 of 31, gets the 100 for Gulbarga Mystics with that boundary too. And this is a classy innings, and that's why the dance is out. They've thoroughly enjoyed this, and she's completely entertained everyone who's come into the Chinnaswamy Stadium has Roshni K.
Just absolutely stretching it across the grass and past the fielder. No chance at all. Kalyani Motors boundary there to the point fence.
Yeah, this is exactly what they wanted, isn't it? Drifting on the pads again and milking the bowling at the moment. Another 100 probably loading. Like the way what we saw with Shubha Satish. Roshni can do that too. She's got plenty of overs left.
Plenty of overs, plenty to prove, plenty of experience. Tonight be maybe her night, as one of our co-commentators predicted. Expecting 100 again tonight would be very, very good for this particular game.
This is good here. They're ensuring that they're getting a run of every delivery in this over. And it's important for Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters to try and pick up wickets. We've seen that more often than not. When you don't pick up wickets, they run away with it. We saw that with the Hubli Tigers in the previous match. In that chase, Mysuru couldn't pick up wickets. They just picked up one. That's handsomely hit. She's got the height and the distance as well. And that's a Cycle Pure Agarbatti 6. What a shot that is. Stand and deliver. A class act, a class shot.
Roshni just stepping to the half volley, dispatching it easily over the fence. She knew the minute it left her hand, it was going to be over the boundary line by quite a few yards. A brilliant Cycle Pure Agarbatti 6 there.
What a shot. There is a long off and long on in place. And you need some confidence to do that. This is turning out to be an expensive one. 14 runs off it. Last ball. And that's nicely punched away. And that will be another boundary too. Expensive over this. 18 runs coming off this 12th over. 12 overs done. And Gulbarga Mystics are on top of the moon with 115 for 1. Overs done, 115 for 1, and Gulbarga Mystics and Roshni under lights is shining bright, isn't it? As bright as these beautiful LED lights at the KSCA Stadium.
Are you a poet or what, Raghavendra?
I'm only helped by Johnny, our mentor. Roshni K. What an innings this has been so far. Half a chance there. And that run out too was so close, but she survives. Trying to sweep that one. Could be close. No, says the umpire. The impact outside off.
And you're hoping things will go her way. She's got to come back into this game strong, prove herself. Adjusting her field ever so slightly. She's got that backward square inside the ring. Just moved to the left of the umpire, just to a wider position.
tossing that one enough room on the offside, driven nicely. At the moment, Pratyusha Challuru would be thinking, where do I get that wicket from? Who do I put in to get that wicket? At the moment, both these batters are just on cruise mode. It's on autopilot. Yeah, there you go. Then, they're just milking these singles.
So just to get back to a thought I had in my head earlier about when a no ball is scored and a free hit is there. So with the fact that when you change ends, which you're trying, you do that often because you're running hard, right? You actually get a field where it becomes more defensive. So does it go to the disadvantage of the batting side when you actually take a single off that no ball?
Yeah, it's just that it was a dot ball there, and then on that occasion, and then they really couldn't change the field. But at the moment, in the modern day cricket, when you see these T20s and you have these beautiful bats which you tend to hit all around, and your free hits are the ones which you go for. It just turned out to be a single on that occasion. In the previous occasion, comes down the track and gets a boundary. There was a long off, but Roshni is really the shining star of this innings. Uses a feed, the dance is on, they're enjoying this thoroughly, isn't it? And so are we.
The thoroughly experienced Roshni using her feet, also important, not overhitting it. She's just about cleared there. You see, when you try to overhit the ball, you're usually playing the ball later. You might even sky it or miscue it. So judging this to perfection for your cycle paragraph, but for Kalyani Motors boundary.
Again, driven straight to that fielder on that occasion. This is another expensive over. 13 overs done, it's 122 for 1. Roshni K, 67 of 37 deliveries. She's been really tonking the ball all over the park. There were a couple of deliveries drifting down the pads, but she put that away too. And thereafter in front of square and using her feet as well. This was a brilliant shot, magnificently hit. And she's anything in her arc has gone out of the park, and that's for sure. And this is a brilliant one over deep mid wicket. And the cut shots as well. So square of wicket. She's played really handsomely well. It looks like she's wanting to get that 3-figure mark. She's looked confident. Beautiful drives as well, right through the covers, and magnificent. We've seen that celebrations, and so are these teammates enjoying it thoroughly. And she got to a half century in style with a boundary too. So she's not stopped at that, and she's picked the bones out of these bowlers. This could be a boundary. Yes, it is. Prerna, on the other hand, moves to 40s with that boundary. It's a double whammy now. They're firing from both ends.
Yeah, Prerna must appreciate what she's done so far. She's been there for a long time. Just pulling that ball from Mithila all the way to the boundary for Kalyani Motors boundary. Fielder can't do much about that. Yes, Roshni's just stepped in after her, and yet Prerna's been there providing the vital support to her.
.126 for 1 now in the 14th over. The current run rate is 9.57. They're looking for answers, are these Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Gulbarga Mystics won the toss, elected to bat first, and they're proving why. This is a really handsome score. Under pressure is Mithila. Walking across and misses. You miss, I hit. Was trying to get too cheeky and too cute at the moment. Prerna G goes. Mithila provides that breakthrough. This crowd has been very, very silent for quite some time now. And Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters finally up on their seats. And that breakthrough was provided by Mithila. Much needed one against the run of play.
Yeah, Mithila just hitting the stumps over there. Probably Prerna thought the ball's going to go down with the angle. She'd made up her mind to play something cute. Look, she's already moved away. Unfortunately, Mithila targeting it into a stump, just angling and hitting the off stump. Mithila celebrates. We're back level pegging now.
Yeah, handy innings here, gets to her 40s and is out now. Gulbarga Mystics 126 for 2. Match on. $126 for 2, Gulbarga Mystics. This is a silver lining for the Bengaluru Blasters. Soumya V has come on to strike. They've got a wicket, much needed one. Now is the time for them to pull back things. But don't forget there is Roshni K at the other end on 67. All Soumya needs to do is give more strike to Roshni. Try and play the sheet anchor role and then probably get a few runs before she goes for the big hits. And let's see what Soumya has got in her mind. Packed offside field, 6-3 now. They've got that ring of fielders on the off for the right-hander. Soumya on strike. Oh, beaten. This is a good time for to pull back things, isn't it, Vikram?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, one of Soumya's favorite areas, as most people would know, is the cow corner. So that fielder is going to be very, very alert and going to cover a wide area. I even see the long on moving swiftly to her right to cover the areas. That's Soumya's favorite go-to. As we watch this dismissal again, Prerna just a little bit not able to judge the line of that ball, thinking it's going to go down leg.
Too ambitious, isn't it? Soumya V. Nicely driven. Straight to that cover fielder. Nice looking shot and good cricket all around. The captain here, Pratyusha, would be sensing to come back into this game, and that's very important here to pull back things. This has turned out to be a decent over after that boundary. Coming back and picking a wicket is Mithila. But they need a couple of wickets. They need the wicket of Roshni. Goes for the heave and just shot. Going to get that catch and getting into glory. She messes and rubbing salt to open wounds. That is a boundary as well. So Lavanya there leaking one. 14 done. It's 130 for 2. $14 overs done. It's 130 for 2, Gulbarga Mystics. 6 overs left. Roshni K is on strike. Pratyusha Challuru, the captain of the side, is under pressure. 2 overs, 18 runs. She's got the shot third and shot fine inside. They've got the backward point inside. Cover fielder inside. And the square leg fielder as well inside the ring. Right then. And comfortably to that sweeper. Gets a single. But Soumya V getting that boundary. Half a chance, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd expect these fielders to take that, but then sometimes you just lose it in the heat of the moment. There you see it. Pull where expected. And just about getting there, but not able to time her dive to perfection.
More importantly, there is 4 runs. You let the batter out to get off the mark as well. Everything happening out in the center. And Pratyusha Challuru, a little bit of Sunil Narayan in it. Takes the aerial route this time and sweeps very nicely. Diving effort, that's what is needed. Stops it. Should be a boundary check as well, probably.
So we talk about momentum. I think apart from taking the score along nicely, there's a boundary check happening there. I think 2-3 big hits, and then we have the power of Aditi Rajesh to back up these two batters in case something goes wrong. Also Kinjal Patel.
It's important what Soumya is going to do from here on. At the other end, Roshni is going great guns. All guns blazing. That's exactly what was needed. Gulbarga Mystics winning yesterday against the Hubli Tigers are on a high as well. She again takes the aerial route. There is a fielder. It'll just be a single.
The Mystics will feel they've pulled it back somehow here, but the job's not done yet. Roshni's going to have to play a big one, and Soumya will have to support her the same way Prerna was doing it until she got that ball which she couldn't judge quite properly and was bowled.
All right, where is she gunning to go now? Roshni K, 68 of 38. She's been quiet for quite some time now. She'll be looking to score a boundary. And goes for glory again, misses it. Play and a miss.
This is the guile of Pratyusha. See, just a sudden zipper almost, just over there outside the off stump. She's very wily. She's been darting in balls all the time, suddenly a fast one.
Fuller, just driven down the ground, will get a single. This is a decent over by Pratyusha. 15 overs done. It's 135 for 2.
We are into the business end of the innings. 5 more overs left. Lots of headache for Pratyusha, who's going to bowl the last 5 for them. And the star of tonight has been Roshni. She's added that much more light, and she's actually lit up this M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. 3,500 lux is looking like 4,500. That's a sort of value addition we've seen from the bat of Roshni. 135 for 2 at 15. Param, what are you looking at as of now? You're in the Mystics camp.
Yeah, good attempt there, good save. Yep, the Gulbarga Mystics sitting pretty at this moment. They'll be looking at around 170, 175. The way Roshni has been going with her innings tonight, maybe they'll be targeting even more.
I believe they certainly wouldn't be happy with anything less than 180. I mentioned already, it's taken them quite some time. And this is game number 8, and they've realized what's on offer in this surface, what's the sort of shots we need to play. And in the last, I think, 4 or 5 innings, we've seen the application from the batters, and their shot selection particularly has been spot on. And it's just going to get better from here. The benchmark is set. Trying a reverse, and it turned out to be ultra reverse. It didn't go into short third, but hit the back of the bat and getting into fine leg.
Yeah, reverse scoop on that occasion from Soumya. Didn't time that, going towards the short fine fielder. Yeah, how outstanding has Roshni K been tonight? 70 of 41 deliveries. All kinds of shots in her, should I say, vocabulary or stroke dictionary.
Hit it very hard, and the bowler just took a hand off. Despairing dive at mid-off. Another Kalyani motor boundary. Timing, power, stand and deliver. That was what Roshni did on this occasion. Absolutely. Before the bowler just could get a hand on it, the ball just raced away. No chance. The ball traveled at the speed of knots. Full ball would certainly be disappointed. Roshni in the sort of blazing form she is in. She's just not been able to get that away. Certainly will be disappointed.
We saw a century in the previous game. Is there a possibility of seeing one more tonight?
We've seen 2 half centuries, one unbeaten from Brinda Dinesh, and a power-packed, brilliant half century from Pratyusha, and 100 from Shubha Satish. This is the one. Comfortable catch for the wicket-keeper. Just checking whether they took it. Soumya had to just farm the strike, hand it over to Roshni. Going for glory. Competition is not the key as of now. It's just complementing against the run of play. The third wicket, Mystics lose out. 142 for 3. The batter dismissed is Soumya.
Yeah, slightly fuller here from Mithila. And wideish, but tried to scoop that over the fine leg fielder. Top edge and well taken there from the wicket-keeper.
This gives an opportunity to Aditi Rajesh, who is quite capable of using the long handle. Prudence would be she just farms the strike and hands it over to Roshni. You were mentioning, my gut says we could see another 100 today. The second one from Roshni. Already the sort of shots she's played, she's looking extremely confident. Are we seeing some medical attention being provided to Roshni? Maybe her shoulder. The physio is out here, and certainly these are not something that generally people would want to see on a cricket field. She says, I'm good to go.
Yeah, that previous delivery, the wicket of Soumya. Was there a need for her to play such a stroke? Just try and nudge one, give the strike back to Roshni. Try and rotate that strike, keep the scoreboard ticking.
It's about game time awareness of the situation. We say many a times your heart takes over. It's the mind which needs to do the work, and there's a saying, the game is played between the 2 ears. It's more of a mental game, less of what skill sets you have physically, though we see big sixers, big fours being hit, but the game is all mental. A good comeback by Mithila Vinod, just delivering a slow ball and getting that important wicket, a second one. Last ball of the over coming up for Mithila. Edge beating her. Finishes off her spell, or rather third over with the dot ball. 2 for 33. Over number 16 done. 142 for 3. Gulbarga Mystics. There's a batting card, a pretty one, 42 of 30 at the opening. That was Prerna, Krishika, a rare failure. Roshni still out there, 75, giving a company now. There's Aditi Rajesh who's walked in. The innings has been constructed around that blazing 75 by Roshni Kiran. 142 for 3. It's going to be tough from here on for the Mystics. Ananya Hegde, touch expensive today. She's been extremely good in this tournament. One-off night wherein bowlers can go for runs. She's coming for the last over of a spell. Can she create an impact here? One last chance for her. Tossed up nicely. 4 inside the ring, 3 square of the wicket. 1 extra cover on the circle. 2 boundary riders in sweeper cover and long off. And 1 deep mid wicket right in front and the straightest long on. That's the area where I'm concerned. Could we see another slog sweep fetching it from outside off?
Yeah, there's quite some real estate there. You spoke about at the toss that Rajeshwari Gaikwad was confident. She wanted to bat first. We see why Roshni K has come into bat. 75-41. Good start there from Prerna as well.
Is she trying too many? 2 cut shots missed, and it's just about smart batting now. The presence of mind is very important. Couple of deep breaths. She's got the ability to clear the ropes with ease, which we've seen tonight. Just a breather. Roshni has to just get a composure back. Once again, loud appeal She just stood a touch outside the off stump. Brilliant comeback from Ananya. 4 dot balls to a well-set batter in the middle.
Yeah, slightly wideish there from Ananya Hegde. Roshni shuffling across, but not able to connect on that occasion.
Impact outside off, umpires not interested. But what an over so far it's been from Ananya Hegde. These are moments that can get you back in the game. And the momentum so far till the loss of the last wicket was in Gulbarga Mystics side. But Roshni has to just get a composure back. That's the key. Can she finish off in the same way? Ananya Hegde.
Yeah, mistime that, and will get a single. End of the 17th, 143 for 3.
What an outstanding finish to a spell, Ananya. Bowling to a set batter who was just motoring along, conceding just 1 run in the 17th over. That's really gold dust. We always keep talking about or harping about saying why are leg spinners so much sought after in the shortest format. A classic example is why you need them, coming on to bowl the 17th and just conceding 1 run.
Absolutely, and what a find she has been for this tournament, Ananya Hegde. Not getting any wickets but not giving away too many runs. That is also very, very key for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Mithila Vinod to continue.
Mithila Vinod has done reasonably well tonight. She's pegged the Mystics scoring rate back by picking up those 2 wickets. She's into a final over. Can she reel off or repeat what Ananya Hegde did? And she's now up against the new batter Aditi Rajesh. Certainly the pressure will be on Aditi now.
Ananya Hegde there again on that occasion. Can't leave her out of the game. Previous over we saw that Roshni Kiran trying to play a couple of reverse sweeps. Was there a need to play such shots when she's already well set, batting at 77? Continue playing those traditional quintessential strokes that she was playing all along.
Maybe the small break in between just put her off. She has to get her focus back in again. Makes room, steps out, takes it on the full. She is disappointed. The body language says she's just getting a touch restless. These are good signs for the Blasters, but certainly not for the Mystics. If Mithila Vinod can pick one here, certainly that 170, 180 is going to be a tough ask for the Gulbarga Mystics. Straight down the ground, using a long levers to good effect. That's another mighty cycle pure maximum.
Yeah, short and wide from Mithila Vinod, and Roshni Kiran hits it straight back over the bowler's head. The safest place to hit is straight behind the bowler. Hits that for a beautiful maximum.
When she can do this on a regular basis, why does she need to try something fancy? She's got the power, the timing. Using her feet, brilliant timing and perfect execution. No chance for the sweeper cover fielder. Yet another Kalyani Motors boundary. 6 followed up with a 4.
Yeah, Roshni Kiran getting a few boundaries here. Shimmies down the wicket, plays that beautifully. Nice cover drive there. And the fielder had no chance.
21 4s and 5 6s so far in this innings. Mithila Vinod proving a touch expensive in her last over. Goes for glory, high in the air. Is there a chance? Good effort from the fielder at deep mid wicket. restricts the running to 2. Mithila Vinod finishes her spell of 4, picks up 2, but expensive night for her. 47 off of 4, 18 overs done, 157 for 3 are Gulbarga Mystics.
Like the skipper of the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, Pratyusha, will bowl that penultimate over. Roshni Kiran looking very, very good here. 89 of 54. Just a couple of strokes away to that 3 figures.
Certainly that's something she would be eyeing. At the same time, whatever she gets into her own kitty will be pulled in for the team as a whole. And looking good for 175. Tossed up slowly. Nothing short from Aditi Rajesh. But the good thing is she gets the informed striker Roshni back on striker. What does the canny, experienced Pratyusha have up her sleeve? 3 behind square on the offside. Extra cover on the inner circle. Sweeper cover, long off. 2 boundary riders on the leg. Lobs it. Outside edge. Racing away to the short third. Value for shots on this ground. This carpeted outfield. Welcome boundary. Striking distance 93. Roshni moves into.
A slightly wideish and full there from Pratyusha. Just gently opening the face of that batter. Takes the edge and goes through third man for a Kalyani Motors boundary.
Just losing a shape, trying to go hard at it. Straight away she realizes. Hand on her head, saying could have done better. But nevertheless, 163. Half 75% of the job done, and the skipper would be extremely happy with the way things have gone on so far. But still not done yet. Smart cricket from Aditi. She knows she needs to get Roshni back on strike and give her as many balls as possible. 8 to come in this innings. We're talking about legal deliveries. Full toss, and this is a scoop. Absolutely no pace on that. Just putting her head down. Certainly will be disappointed. Acres of vacant land on the leg side. Just the 45 inside the circle. 2 boundary riders. A normal sweep would have given her the 4.
She's got all kinds of shots in her arsenal. Roshni Kiran saw that earlier tonight.
Half a chance. Skipper would be disappointed, but finishes the over with a single. 19 done. 166 for 3 are Gulbarga Mystics. Karnika Karthik coming back for her last over of her spell and the last over of the innings. She stands between Roshni and Gulbarga Mystics to get to a big score and also personally to achieve that coveted 3-figure mark. Can she keep it away from the hitting zone of Roshni? But as of now, it's Aditi Rajesh on strike. She would be keen to get to the other end and get Roshni on strike. 4 inside the circle on the off, 1 inside the circle on the leg. That's 45. Lucky she didn't get any timing on that. Ball falls well short of the inner circle, and happy news is the Mystics have Roshni back on strike. 1 strike away. Will we get to witness the second 100 of the Maharani Trophy?
Yeah, and a couple of strikes away. Will they get to that 175, 180 mark? It's going to be crucial here for the Gulbarga Mystics.
Down the ground, outer half of the bat. 2 is the call. Certainly they'll turn back for that. Still very much within striking distance. For a personal milestone of 100, plus looking at that 175, 180. Certainly on course. It's been a magnificent batting display in both the games. 2 half centuries, 100. The third one a half century. Just on the anvil. 3 away from the magical figure. Roshni Kiran on strike. Straight down the ground. Is the timing good? Pratyusha puts that down. Are they checking for it? They've not even completed. Is there any signal from the umpire? She's raised a bat. We just need to see what's happening there. Umpires are trying to confirm that with Pratyusha. She says she's not aware. Do we go upstairs? Everybody on tenterhooks. That's a maximum cycle pure Agarbatti and the second 100 of this edition of the Maharani Trophy. What a knock it's been from Roshni Kiran.
Yeah, absolutely amazing innings there. Yeah. Ricochets off her hand, goes for a 6. Will that be another boundary? Yes. The fielder there, Chandasi, at long off. And misfield can cost them. Another Kalyani Motors boundary here for Roshni Kiran.
Just walks down the pitch. Power packed in the shot. Literally slaps it. Absolutely no chance for the fielder at long off. Flat batted shot. Just travel like a bullet on this outfield. Roshni is on fire. 180 is what I was talking about. They've got there. One more. Timing is exquisite. Power on it. Just clears the side screen. A massive maximum cycle pure. The second sixer in this over. You can't keep Roshni away tonight from this game.
Yeah, 2 full on that occasion from Karnika Karthik. And wonderful balance displayed from Roshni Kiran. Got under that ball beautifully and takes the aerial route. Hits it straight over the bowler's head. Beautiful shot this.
What a sight. Last ball coming up and 185. This has been the highest score in this edition of the Maharani Trophy. On the pad, just amble across for a single. What a finish to this innings from the Mystics. Finish at 186 for 3, winning the toss, batting first. The innings, the night belonged to Roshni Kiran. Roshni in Hindi is light. She's just added more light to this LED setup here at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. The second 100 of the Maharani Trophy KSCA 2026 we've witnessed. What a knock it's been.
Yeah, highest individual score so far in the tournament. Roshni Kiran, 113 of just 62 deliveries. What a night she's having so far. 186 posted by the Gulbarga Mystics. It's going to be a mammoth chase here by the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. There we have a look at the batting card. Prerna Ji started out well, 42 of 30. Krishika, decent enough cameo, 14 of 15. Roshni Kiran, the superstar, 113 of just 62 deliveries. And Soumya, 8 of 8. And 5 runs, score of 6 deliveries there by Aditi Rajesh. So, wonderful batting display here from the Gulbarga Mystics.
Absolutely. A lot of batters didn't even had an opportunity to put on the pads. Disappointing bowling card. 1 for 34 for Karnika Karthik. 2 for 47 for Mithila. We know the touch expensive. But the rest of the bowlers just didn't have any clue with the blazing bat of Roshni Kiran. What an outstanding performance. A display of brutal power hitting. This is what this tournament needed. What a knocker. First innings, what transpired? Started off a full toss down the ground. Timing exquisite on that. On the up, value for shots. The pitches played through. This one could talk about it as a half chance. Walking down, slapping that ball. The boundaries were peppered all round in the power play. This was the first wicket. Karnika seeing the back of Krishika. But then it was all Roshni peppering the outfield, playing 360 degree. It was a subtle, elegance, power-packed shot. What an innings it was. We saw an elegant 100 from the left-hander, but the hits that soared into the sky landed well outside the boundaries. She was really harsh on every bowler on side. Pratyusha tried her best to rotate the bowlers and unsettled Roshni, but the power behind the shots and the timing, never once did she lose her shape. All the sixers she hit just went high and over the boundary, and the timing and the gap she picked up was with ease. This was a masterclass on display by Roshni Kiran.
Absolutely. No team is going to be taking Roshni lightly anymore. No pun intended there. What a beautiful knock here so far. All kinds of shots along the ground and in the air. She's got all the shots in her arsenal. Wicket there from Mithila Vinod. And she had a decent outing. 2 of 47 in her 4 overs. But it was all about Roshni Kiran tonight.
Make a note of this name. You certainly will be speaking a lot about her in the days to come by. One of the shining stars. She's got it already in her name, Roshni. This is the shot which got her to 100 and finished off in style. Powerful boundary hitting. We had a lot of Kalyani motor boundaries. And there it was. What a knocker. We'll come back soon on the other side. Mystics put up 186 for 3. The chase is on. A tough one for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters.
That's the batting card. Welcome back to Maharani Trophy KSCA T20. And what a batting card this is. Gulbarga Mystics winning the toss and electing to bat first. Roshni Kiran not out, 113 of 62 deliveries, 12 fours and 7 sixes. And that was the talk of the innings, isn't it? They got to 186 for 3 in 20 overs and posted one of the highest totals so far in the Maharani Trophy. And most of the bowlers were tonked away for boundaries. There were a lot of these Kalyani Motors boundaries and Cycle Pure Agarbatti sixes. Karnika picked up 1 wicket, Mithila picked up 2. But look at the economy rate as well, and that's the reason they've reached to 186 for 3 in 20 overs. So in the first innings in this match number 8, it's been a very, very good knock. And Gulbarga Mystics will be high on this score. And definitely Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters need to play out of their skin to chase this highest total. In the commentary box, it's me, Raghavendra Raj. Along with me is Vikram. And what a first innings we've had, Vikram.
What a first innings, what a first innings. I could scarcely believe how the Mystics clawed back to that big score, the highest score in this tournament. Just when we had that 1 over which set them back a bit. There were 5 dots, right? How Roshni Kiran said she can come right back into the game. I feel a little for Soumya Verma, who could have played a big hand in this, but she'll come into her own a little later. Aditi Rajesh didn't really need to do much, but I just felt she was giving a little bit extra strike to the her experienced partner Roshni. Aditi Rajesh has no rabbit with the bat. She could also have tonked a few. So I'm really sensing this is a good total. But is this pitch actually worth 190 now, the way it's been playing? Would that put a scare in the minds of a lot of people?
It definitely is. We've got a definite Super Sunday here, and what a match we've got. We got a century in Subhash Satish in the match number 7. In match number 8 here, Roshni Kiran lighting the stadium up was Roshni. Right then, they've done the hard work in the first half of this match, and next now they need to do it with the ball. Trisha with the ball now. Trisha DA, right arm medium pace, bowling from Anil Kumble Pavilion end. That's also the commentary box end. Packed offside field then. 6-3, 6 on the off, 3 on the on. First ball. Nicely driven. There is a sweeper. They're operating here. They are being a little defensive to start with. And Inchara gets off the mark, and so does Bengaluru.
Yeah, I was just alluding to the fact that if not for that massive over which the bowling team had, which Bangalore Blasters had, where they set them back, and a couple of balls where Aditi Rajesh got a farm strike, this can be a par score total pitch of 190.
It really is, but they've done all the hard work. They put up the best total possible. That's the field on the offside. They've got a slip in place. They've got a shot third, cover, deep backward point. And they've got the mid-off as well. So this is a packed offside field for the right-hander. They're doing exactly what the doctor ordered here. And Trisha has decently started here in these first 2 deliveries.
The instructions from the team management for the Bangalore Blasters will be, let's not throw this away, girls. Lots of runs to get. Let's let them earn their wickets if they have to get our wickets. Let's not do something silly. So I think there's going to be a little bit of watchfulness. At the same time, they will employ aggression where it's possible.
Rachita gets off the mark too. And yes, it's important that the openers here has a blistering start, and that's what is the need, isn't it? The required run rate is 9.49 from now on. You've got to get 10 runs irrespective, so that means you need a boundary every over.
Talking about boundaries and sixes, the character in question is Inchara. She comes out to play the bowlers outside the crease, and probably Rachita is going to try and mirror that.
Poor delivery and put away as well. That should be the first boundary, and it will be. It's inching towards that boundary line, and Inchara gets her first boundary. And Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters first boundary too.
That's flicked away off the pad, and as Raghavendra says, Inchara is inching the ball away to the boundary. We've had an evening of etymologies today. We've referred to Roshni Kiran's knock, Roshni being light and bright under lights. Yes, this is being played under lights. Yet another aspect is Roshni's Roshni Kiran. So there you have light and light again, both names.
Of course. Bright, shining bright, isn't it? Roshni and Kiran in her name. And why not? And what an occasion to do it under lights here in this match number 8. What a knock that was. Highest ever score in the Maharani Trophy KSCA. Roshni getting that 113 and 62 deliveries.
It's fantastic that these scores can be put in under these lights. What a fantastic advertisement for the women's game, as Ms. Shanta and Ms. Kalpana was saying earlier, and everybody said it's a fantastic experience to be playing at the Chinnaswamy Stadium under lights for these girls.
That's nicely slashed away, but there is protection. Good over this. Just the 7 runs off it. 1 over done. 7 on the board for Bengaluru. Decent start for Trisha, just conceding 7 runs of the first over. And for Bengaluru now, they'll have to counter this. Rajeshwari Gaikwad, the captain of the Gulbarga Mystics, plenty of experience, played for the country, played for the state, is known to pick up wickets, isn't it, Vikram?
Yeah, she brings all her experience and is, like you said, known to pick up wickets. So that's something the Blasters will be careful about. I think they'll be getting told that there are runs here, don't rush, girls.
Spin straight away on the other end, which is the Rahul Dravid pavilion end, is what she's preferred. She's the captain, she can lead the side, she knows that they've got a very good total on board. And a wicket or 2 in this power play will set the Bengaluru Blasters back. Punched off the back foot. They're looking for that boundary, not getting one.
Yeah, so Inchara's style is, of course, to come down to the pitch, even to the pace bowlers. And I see Rachita probably trying to mirror that. That could be a strategy that both these girls look very similar. The crease follow.
And that's hit with a lot of power on the onside. Good fielding this. Brilliantly done. Stopped by the fielder. Prerna GR, the fielder, in the deep. Unless you don't concede any boundary, the required run rate will only keep creeping up. Almost inching towards 10. Every dot ball, there will be pressure on the chasing team, which is Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. This is a decent start by Rajeshwari Gaikwad. Driven and in the gap. This could be a boundary. Yes, it is. And Rachita gets into the party too. It's her first boundary. Much needed one for the Bengaluru team. And nicely placed as well in that backward point region. Width on offer. Had the option to open her arms, and the chase was on, but the ball would win on any given day, let alone Sunday. Aditi chasing that one in vain. Sloppy there, will get that single.
These batters will be concentrating on getting some runs between the cover and the extra cover. The way Rajeshwari Gaikwad delivers the ball is kind of the position she delivers it from actually gives it a lot of tweak. And with the turning ball, I'm sure the batter will look to find the ball there.
That's hit away. There is a fielder, can't get to it. And that will be a cycle pure. Agarbatti 6, and the first one for Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. 12 runs came off this over. A brilliant one and a nice way to finish as well.
almost a parallel six, a parallel shot as they call it, slight bit of height, and we felt that perhaps the other fielder just evaded her, Roshni jumping to it, trying her best, but there really was not too much she could do. We felt at first that it was probably at catchable height, but yes, it is well over her head. And that's the end of the over, second over, where it's 19 for no loss.
$19 for no loss, Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Trisha will continue. Beaten, excited, but half her appeal there. That's just the bat hitting the turf.
Trisha will be kind of continuing that nagging line just around on and around off stump, maybe the fourth stump. She was a little unlucky yesterday that some catches went down, but she's been able to get some perches off the pitch yesterday.
Yeah, just wanting that fine leg fielder a lot more squarer inside the ring. Yeah, interesting field, isn't it? They've got 6 on the offside. They've really got that deep backward point. 2 fielders out. One is in deep mid wicket and one is at deep backward point. 2 scoring areas they've plugged at the moment. They know that every over they need a boundary, does Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, and if they can stop that in the power play, and they've got this match in their grasp, will the Gulbarga Mystics. Decent start, and that'll be a single.
Every run being cheered here by the massive crowds which have come. There's a contingent from the Bangalore Blasters, and there is a contingent from the Gulbarga Mystics. There's a lot of noise in the stadium. It's very, very exciting to be here.
It really is under lights. Such a beautiful setting this for Maharani Trophy KSCA T20 2026 edition. All in glory. We've seen 2 beautiful centuries today. What a day it's turning out to be for me personally. My day 1 and 2 centuries, Vikram. That's the wide.
You've certainly brought with you some centuries. I think we'll be looking forward to a few more in the days to come.
Yeah, isn't it? It's just that match number 7 and 8 here. Just the 4th day, but look at the excitement. Good over this so far. Oh, that's beautifully hit. Over covers and handsomely as well. Will get the cycle pure Agarbatti sixer. Had a lot of power in it, and Inchara is on the charge.
Inchara possesses plenty of power. There's no side of the ground there's no favorite area. She can hit all parts of the ground here, effortlessly hitting it for a 6 just over that wideish long off boundary.
Got the height, got the distance. What a perfect shot that is. Stand and deliver. Beautiful hand-eye coordination. Will get the single. This is intelligent batting. Smart batting too. You know that you need about 10 runs every over. And every boundary there in an over will only get closer. They'll have to set up small targets for themselves. They'll have to look at where they are at the end of the power play and reassess in the break after the 10th over.
I think the Mystics will feel they need 2 wickets at least by the 8th over. If not, they're not really in the game.
Oh, that's beautifully hit. That's a wonderful boundary. Had a lot of power in it, little width on offer, and that was enough for her to cash on. And that is a Kalyani Motors boundary. And they're motoring along now. 3 overs done, 32 on the board for Bengaluru. Yeah, they're all excited, isn't it? The flags are out. They know that this chase is on. They're on par here. The current run rate 10.67, required 9.12. It's hovering around that. until unless they don't lose a wicket. You will always see that the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters supporters will be backing them up. Change in bowling now. Rajeshwari just bowled that one over from Rahul Dravid pavilion end, and now Nainisha.
Manisha Patil, the youngster, being entrusted with the attack yet again. The reason I say they need 2 wickets is because the Bengaluru Blasters bat very deep.
Can't drift on the pads, can you? Easy pickings this. They'll come back easily for the second.
You've got these 2 very free-flowing batters, and as you kind of work down the order, which the Mystics are trying to do, work down the order of the Bengaluru Blasters, the batters in the middle order are going to need to play slightly conservative just to ensure that victory. So you will see a lull in the runs at that stage. So it's important for those wickets to come, is what I feel at this stage.
Again drifting down the pads, and she'll pay for it. And that's a boundary. Handsomely hit. Beautifully timed as well. You can't err in the line. And Inchara is taking charge here.
Inchara rightly taking charge, just flicking it away, just past the fielder. And there it goes for another boundary. This has got a conventional strokes, reaping runs here. You don't need to see it do anything unusual, but these 2 batters are capable of an array of strokes.
And another Kalyani Motors boundary. Oh, that's beautifully hit. Don't bother looking where it went. Couple of bounces into the fence. Another Kalyani Motors boundary. Back-to-back boundaries here. And we've got a chase on. What a shot this is. A shot of confident woman.
Then she'll be wondering where she can bowl to Inchara. She's being hit to all parts, trying out different things. Rachita no less. Rachita especially likes to go hard on the ground. So these 2 are batters who hit with extreme force.
You can take those chances. Now the youngster is under pressure. She's already conceded 10 of the first 3 deliveries. And she'll probably concede more. Yes, it is. Another boundary this. Kalyani Motors boundary. 3rd in a row. This is what this game can do. You get runs, we can get it too.
With these brilliant strokes along the ground, do you think the grass is going to be cut with the ball, and that's going to be an advantage for the batting side? Beautiful along the green base. I'm sure that 5mm grass is even shorter now.
Oh, she's picking the bones out of this one now. Just toying with the field. There are enough on the ring, on the off. There are 6 on the ring. In fact, 5 on the ring, on the off. And she still pierces it. She's threading the needle. Under pressure is Nainisha. Where is she going to bowl? Down the leg. Happens, isn't it? That's the pressure. It's a pressure cooker situation now. Naini needs to get a line right now.
Well, at least the youngsters are flicking away for another boundary. And this is 3 boundaries there. It's a wonderful array of strokes unleashed by Inchara there, ably supported by Rachita. They seem to be doing nothing wrong at this stage, the Bengaluru Blasters.
Oh, beautifully hit again this time, and gets another boundary. It's raining boundaries here in the Chinnaswamy Stadium. And Inchara is inching closer to that half-century mark. 38 runs in 15 balls. 50 comes up for Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters in just the 4th over. What a match we've had.
Again, just finding a little bit of elevation. She knows there's acres of space there, as we put it. And there it goes for a boundary.
Trying the back of the hand, slow one, gets over the point region. Another Kalyani Motors boundary. Under pressure. 19 runs have come off this 4th over. You can see the tension in her face. She just wants to get done with this over. Understandable. The youngster's been put under the pump. Last ball of the 4th. 51 already on the board. Back of length. Oh, just gets away with it. Yes, a sigh of relief. 19 of the 4th over. 4 done. Match on. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters 51 without losing a wicket. 51 on the board. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters chasing a mammoth total of 187, and they're on par here. The current run rate is 12.75. Right then, Trisha offers with, trying to poke at that one, gets nothing. Fresh air.
Another feature of these two batters, apart from these strokes they've unleashed, the array of strokes they do, they're actually power play specialists, the way we see them. They're actually sent out there for that job, and they're doing exactly that. So there's going to be a run feast in this time, and the Mystics are going to have to do something to pull them back.
Trying to use her feet. Now this is where the supporting act needs to come in from the other end too. Inchara has taken charge. She's on 38 of 16. On the other hand, Rachita run a ball, has hit a boundary. And yeah, you need to take and give strike as much as possible to Inchara, because this is the power play. The momentum is there. She's completely charged up, is Inchara. The charge is on, isn't it? But 3 dots now.
Yeah, that'll give Trisha some confidence. Rachita equally capable of going over the top. She's done that before. Right now, her partner Inchara seems to be heading that particular department.
You don't want to be doing anything silly now. 3 dots. Pressure could play a role on Rachita. 11 of 11. And on the other hand, Gulbarga will want to pick up a wicket now. If not Inchara, it's Rachita. Heaves away on the onside. There is a deep mid wicket. Will she come back for the second? Yes, she will. Good running this.
I don't think Rachita should take much pressure. There's bound to be a bit of a lull there, but then because Inchara is firing from the other end, so I really think that she should just wait for the loose ball, which is in her slot, and then put it away. Otherwise, rotate strike.
We've seen Roshni Kiran, the lightning innings of hers. Now Inchara in charge, you mean, for this innings and for this chase?
You're quite a poet there. I hadn't known that side of you, Raghavendra. Welcome to the com box.
Only a bit of an influence from Johnny, I must say. Gets the bottom edge there, and this is a quiet over. Trust me, that's exactly why Inchara wants to have a chat with Rachita.
It's such a mind game. There you go. Yeah, like you said, they're having a chat there. She needed that. So just some gremlins and goblins in her mind right now. I hope Rachita can shake it off. She's capable of taking charge all by herself. She did that last year for the Mangalore Dragons, which was the team that featured in the previous edition of the Maharani Cup, and hopefully they will feature in the future.
Last ball. She needs to finish well, Trisha. Just the 2 runs conceded. And just what the doctor ordered. Takes the aerial route. 1 chat from Inchara, and that was enough to push Rachita. Gets a maximum and gets a cycle pure Agarbatti. 6. 5 overs done. Match on. Bengaluru 59 for none.
For no reason, we call this a Super Sunday. What a field day the cricketers have had, and the crowds that have come in numbers are just enjoying it. The worm way ahead are the Mystics, rather the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters at the moment. What's Rajeshwari Gaikwad up to? 7 4s and 3 6s in the first 5 overs. And Inchara has been in blazing form. She's taken off from where Roshni Kiran left. Rajeshwari comes back for a second over within the power play. Can she pull off something here? On course, 11.8 is the current run rate. The required run rate has come down to 8.56. They've just made apt use of the power play, the field restrictions.
Yeah, absolutely. The chase is on, and Rajeshwari will try and have to emulate what she did last night. Bowled beautifully in that power play.
Back cut beautifully. Delicate picking the gap to perfection. This time round, it is Rachita. The last ball 6 is given a confidence. Another Kalyani motor boundary. They are motoring along as of now, the Kalyani Blasters.
Yeah, short on that occasion, slightly wide there, and hit beautifully through that point region for a boundary.
Nice use of the wrist. In fact, just almost hit the ball off the keeper's gloves. Making room, what we used to call in the olden days as the late cut. Nowadays, that's just gone out of the coaching manual. But Rachita has just reinvented that shot. What does Rajeshwari do? She's just pushing the sweeper cover a bit squarer. Nicely tossed up, keeping a shade low. Certainly, they've just come out with an intent, and they have done the sponsors proud. The Kalyani Motors boundaries. It's sapped, it goes with the team's name, the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. They're having a blast in the middle.
You can't give an inch to Inchara. Having a very good outing here so far. 39 of just 17. Rachita, 24 of 16. Both are now set. They've set a foundation here. Very important and crucial for them to keep going the way they are.
So it all boils down to how they take it once the power play is done. The field restrictions, once they are done, that's the key wherein they need to target those areas where they can pick up the boundaries. Once they allow the run rate to creep closer to 10 and above, it'll become a must boundary in every over. Then the challenge becomes that much bigger. 2 dot balls back to back, just piling up the pressure. Experienced Rajeshwari Gaikwad tosses it up. The invitation is on. Thank you very much, says Inchara. High over long off, deep, closer to the stands. That's another cycle pure maximum. Finishes the over in style. End of power play. 6 overs done. Bengaluru Blasters on a roll. 71 without loss. That's a happy dugout at the end of the power play. Start with down the leg. Rajeshwari was just squeezed through the offside. Then this lofted shot. Some amazing shots from the blade of Inchara. Rachita joining the party. Power pack shots, picking up the gaps, making use of the field restrictions. This was an outstanding shot. Inside out. Beautiful timing. Splitting the gaps with these boundaries and sixes galore in this power play. The last one. Back cut. Then the pressure on 2 dot balls. Taking up with both hands. The invitation was on. High. Sailing into the night sky, deposited just inside the stands. And here we see the change. And can we see some magic being weaved by Kushi, the youngster from Raichur. She's had a fabulous outing in her first Maharani Trophy. Can she create some impact for the Mystics? They are desperately in look for a wicket. Where is it going to come from? What a solid foundation. They've just raced on. In fact, yesterday, maybe excess oiling and the engine was getting slightly stuck. It's just smoothed out today. Free-flowing shots. And Inchara and Rachita have come out with a license. They're going ahead with it.
Yeah, they're playing some fearless cricket. Yeah.
Inside out once again. Yeah, now's the tricky phase. You've got boundary riders, 4 on the boundary. Sweeper cover, straightish long off, straightest long on, and 1 in the cow corner. 5 in the ring. Now the challenge is they need to be clever in targeting those areas where they can pick up boundaries. They need to keep the scoreboard ticking. Dot balls are gold dust at this point in time.
He's got a nice action here, Kushi. High arm action, slightly quicker in the air. Going to be very crucial for her not to give away too many runs. Inchara and Rachita, both of them looking very solid here.
Inchara just 1 strike away. from getting to her half century. Will this be the ball? She certainly would target it. But Kushi's been clever. She's just picked the length back, not giving any sort of room for the batters to free their hands. What I've seen, one thing with Kushi or be it Ananya, is they are ready for a challenge. Though young, just past 15, but they say we are made and cut out for this big games. We can't take the women on. And what a time these people are having in this Maharani Trophy. Nicely tossed up. A good piece of fielding at shot point. This has been a hallmark and a feature during this tournament.
Absolutely. Fielding has been very, very impressive. Talking about the power play there. Come back to that after this delivery.
2 dot balls. Fabulous start to a spell of bowling. 4 off the over. Kushi just pulling it back. End of 7. The Bengaluru Blasters are 75 without loss. Straight away, we see another crafty operator, Kinjal Patel, replacing Rajeshwari Gaikwad, and she comes on from the Rahul Dravid end. And what an impact she's had on this tournament. When the call was on, she's put up a hand. She's not only restricted the runs, but she's picked up the wickets at crucial times for the Mystics.
Yeah, the pick of the bowlers for the Gulbarga Mystics. She's been absolutely on song. She's picked up 5 wickets in 3 games. Very important cog in that wheel for the Gulbarga Mystics. Talking about the power play earlier. We witnessed that the Bengaluru Blasters got off to a flyer. Rajeshwari Gaikwad in split minds there. Didn't know which bowler to go to. That's something that they need to be concerned about.
Sweeps, beats the inner ring. The sparing dive at deep square leg. Yet another Kalyani Motors boundary. And with this boundary, Inshara brings up her 50. 51 of 24. By far, this could be the fastest 50 in this edition of the Maharani Trophy. Already the celebrations have begun, dancing in the aisles, the supporters of the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters.
Yeah, Kinjal Patel slightly fuller there on that occasion in the arc, and swept beautifully there from Inshara, bringing up her half century. Played a wonderful knock here so far.
Spot on was Inshara in her execution. Nicely tossed up, coming back with the arm. She's not trying to get any revs on the ball, trying to spin it away from the left-hander. She knows she's got protection on the leg side, trying to tempt the batters to fetch her from the stumps and go over the leg side.
Hey, talking about the power play earlier. I think Rajeshwari Gaikwad trying to find the right combination of bowlers. Didn't know who to go to in that power play.
On a day it can happen. Your bowlers can go for runs. You trust in a particular set of bowlers. It doesn't pay off many a times. But overall day 4 has brought something special. The Sunday, it's a festival mode. Supporters have come out in numbers. And maybe that's egged the players on. They've not put a foot wrong today. We've seen some splendid batting on display. And the pressure telling on the bowlers, the best in the business can just get affected. The sweep shots, inside out shots, back cuts can totally upset the rhythm of any bowler. She can be the best in the business. That's what we've seen today.
Yeah, Kinjal Patel identified this here by the Gulbarga Mystics as a strike rate of 200 plus. Just what you need when chasing a high total like this. Very, very crucial here for her to keep going the way she has been so far in the tournament.
Straight on the ground. Does it have the legs? Invitation was on. Another cycle pure maximum straight down the ground. Inshara it is. She's just not inching along. She's just leaping like a frog. 88 without loss at the end of 8. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. The celebrations. This is Inchara's 50. A nudge down the leg. Powerful crack over extra cover. Shots all around the park. A clip. This one was outstanding. Inside out over extra cover. Beautifully struck on the ground. Whenever she went for the long ball, she did get the distance. Timing, shot selection was precise. Beautifully bowled. Just a teasing flight. Kushi is just on her own. And this was the exquisite sweep. Picking gaps at will. Just raising a bat. She knows it was quite subdued. 58 of 27. Standing ovation from the dugout of the Bengaluru Blasters. They know well begun is half job done. Still 98 runs to get to cross the line for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters.
Kushi keeping it tight here. What a find she has been for the Gulbarga Mystics. Not picked in the auction, but a catchment area player from Raichur. She's been very, very impressive so far.
Drag down. She just finds the gap, but turns around. Good running. Kushi will be certainly happy that that ball didn't go for a maximum. In fact, the wry smile on her face says it all. Maybe anxious. She just gripped the ball a bit too tight. Dragged it down. In fact, that was a half trekker. Inchara certainly would be disappointed, else the ball would have been deposited high over deep mid wicket. Lucky to get away. Strong comeback against the run of play. Dot ball pressure. Inchara going for glory across the line. The rattling sound of timber. An outstanding innings comes to an end, but nevertheless the base has been laid. Leg spinner, gold dust, and Kushi does the trick.
Yeah, full there from Kushi, but trying to play against the turn there. Completely missing that, and the furniture has been moved. Bowled. Kushi gets her wicket, and all sorts of trouble now. 91 for 1.
Superb foundation laid, and striking a 10.5 and over. Disappointed certainly Inchara would be, but nevertheless she's done a bit. 91 for fun. The first wicket for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blaster goes down, and Kushi is the one who's picked up that wicket. Some medical attention this time around for Rachita. The physio attending to her and maybe just cramping up a bit. That gives a breather to the Gulbarga Mystics. And that brings in Nandini Chauhan. So Nandini Chauhan has got a task on hand. Now Rachita becomes a senior partner in the middle. They had a brilliant partnership for the opening stand, 91. And from here on, it's going to be not that easy like the way they were motoring along when Inchara was at the middle.
Well, with that wicket of Inchara, Kushi brings some rather happiness in the dugout of the Gulbarga Mystics. Completely missing the ball there, swept and playing against the turn. Sweet sound of timber.
To the ball, just tipping a touch full for that slog sweep. There were open spaces and the intent was right. But did she play that ball a touch early? And hindsight, they would certainly reflect upon what went wrong with that particular shot. But she's back in the hut now. Will be putting up her feet with a cold drink. But what a knock it has been. She was in charge till she was out in the middle. And Nandini takes guard and she will be up against Kushi, whose tails are up. Just 7 conceded, and this is her second over. 2 left in this over. Beautifully bowled. Certainly would be disappointed But sloppy letting go of that ball. She would have been much happier bowling to Nandini. But she gets off the mark with a single. That gets now the senior batter, Rachita, on strike. Now Rachita has got a lot of work to do. She just played second fiddle till Inchara was around there. Now it's up to her to take charge and ensure Nandini just farms the strikes and gives it back to her. Interesting phase of play. We're just heading into the halfway mark. Drives, sweeper cover in place, single to finish the over. Brilliant over, wicket picked up in that. Just 9 of the 2 Kushis bowled. 9 done, 93 for 1, the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. So the required run rate is just about 8.5, and current run rate is about 10. They certainly are motoring along, but this is the phase wherein Kinjal would relish, exert pressure by getting those dot balls in. Common sense cricket is what is the need of the hour. Crafty, nicely tossed up, darting it in, not giving any room to the batter.
Yeah, that tends to happen when a wicket falls. The pressure comes back onto the batting side. They tend to slow down a little bit. But very important that they carry on the way they were. Rachita will have to anchor that. Good effort there in the field by Roshni Kiran. Saves a couple of runs.
True, now it's about common sense and smart cricket. If you can't get those boundary balls, ensure you put the ball in the gaps, like what Rachita did on this occasion, picking up 2. Can't afford to get into that dot ball mode. Beautifully bowled. She's varying the speeds, just not allowing the batter to get into a groove. That's more important. You can't just keep reeling off every ball at a pace at one length. So the batters will be quick enough to pounce on that. Canny enough is Kinjal Patel. Nicely tossed up, swept, but certainly will be fielded comfortably by the sweeper, a deep mid wicket. One more 2. Runs are just coming in 2s and singles, and this certainly won't hurt the Gulbarga Mystics.
Yeah, certainly won't. They will be needing a couple of boundaries here. Rachita and Nandini need to set another foundation, build a partnership, keep that scoreboard ticking.
It's about momentum now. The game is all about momentum. Nicely tossed up, hit straight down the ground. Timing not all that good. Comfortably picked up by the fielder at long off. Fires in a brilliant throw. 5 runs so far. And Kinjal Patel just beginning to pull things back. The last couple of overs have been quite good. Wicket loss, just 2 singles off the Kushi over, and 5 coming off Kinjal Patel as we head into the halfway mark. A crucial part in this game. Nicely tossed up, full toss, would be disappointed. Finishes with a dot at the halfway mark. Chasing 187. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters on a roll, 98 for 1. Umpire signalling the watch, and it's hydration time. Certainly the teams would regroup, visit to new strategies, and we'll come back after this break.
Yep, we're back from the break, and the Gulbarga Mystics had a beautiful outing tonight. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Certainly the chase is on, and change in commentary as well. Welcome, Raghavendra.
Thank you, Param. Yes, look at the graph there, and then they've really started well. Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Just like that, those ring roads meeting, isn't it, in Bengaluru? They've taken the highway there, the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters.
Yeah, not too many nights ago, they chased down a total of 177. So, not something that they're not something they shy away from, and the chase is definitely on.
Yeah, I think the foundation is laid by Inchara, and this is exactly what the start you needed. 89 of 60 with 9 wickets in hand. They'll be licking their lips, the Bengaluru Blasters. But they'll a bit of a break now. Drinks break. The strategy will be spoken about. On one hand, Gulbarga Mystics will want wickets, that's for sure. On the other hand, they'll want to keep motoring along. The run rate is pretty healthy, 9.8. The required 8.9. They've bought it down. This youngster was really hit all over the park by Inchara. She needs that confidence that would have been given by the management to her. Nainisha. Starts off with back of length, no real pace in it, Param.
Yeah, we can see that the keeper is now standing up to the stumps. Nainisha not bowling too quick. Maybe there's a strategy there. Maybe they're looking for that stumping. We saw that in the first over as well, that she was hit all over the park. Crucial for her not to give away too much, especially with a set batter like Rachita.
Yeah, this is good. Unless they don't concede any boundary, they definitely will be wanting that. Keep one batter at strike and try and put the pressure on. Induce a false shot. Decent start this for the youngster.
How often have we seen that after the break, the batters tend to get relaxed and try and do something unorthodox, and in that they get a wicket.
Almost she claims that there was something on it, but nothing from the umpire.
Yeah, another example there, trying to play that cheeky shot towards that fine leg region. Just shot there from Nainisha, and maybe she was interested, thought that there was some glove there.
Not to be this angle will tell us a better story. Probably a bit of shoulder in it. The wicket keeper there, Soumya Verma, was excited. Oh, this time it's gone. Wanting to step out and hit it out of the park, has to depart. And finally Nainisha gets the wicket, and the 11th over jinx continues here in Maharani.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. The wicketkeeper Soumya standing up to the stumps, and Nainisha not bowling too quick. Rachita, the batter there, trying to hit that over the mid-wicket region, and good work behind the stumps there.
Yeah, excellent work, isn't it? Beautiful glove work. Wanted the wicket, and they've got one now. And what a celebration that is. We've seen that with Hasaranga. We're seeing it here in the Maharani Trophy as well. She's done her job, a decent one. Second wicket falls for Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. It's 98 for 2.
And the skipper, Pratyusha Chaluru, now walks into the middle. She's got a task on her hands, 89 required of 56. Going to be an uphill climb from here.
Yeah, you got to step on the gas. You will have to keep the momentum going. Two new batters relatively at the crease. Pratyusha, a lot of experience. Big surprises come in small packages. Oh, just a little bit of bat onto that one. Otherwise, she would have been caught in front.
Yeah, that was close. This is good here from Nainisha so far. Not giving away any run in this over with that wicket of Rachita. Going to be very, very important that they continue after the break, the way they have been so far.
This has been an excellent over here. Can she finish with a dot? Not to be, just gets the single, but still an excellent over. Gets off the mark, Pratyusha. 1 over and a wicket in this 11th. 11th done. It's 99 for 2.
And Ainisha going for 19 in her first and just 1 and getting the wicket in her second. That'll bring a lot of confidence in the youngster.
That's exactly what Maharani Trophy KSCA T20 has put out to these youngsters, isn't it, Param? That the confidence they need, and they've been brought into and given a platform here so that the youngsters can learn from their mistakes. This is the batting card. Very strong reply. Inshara 60 of 30. Strike rate of 200. 6 fours and 4 sixes. And Rachita on the other hand, run a ball 34 of 32. Right then, 2 new batters now. They'll have to rebuild this and restructure and resurrect this innings from this point in time. The run rate isn't threatening, but they can't afford to lose a wicket, can they? Pratyusha just on the back foot, just punches it for a single.
A good line here from Kinjal Patel. There's that shot of length area. And with that single, the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters get to their 100.
Yeah, isn't it something to cheer for now? From here on, they will be thinking that, yes, we just need another 87 runs in 53 balls. Easier said than done. Kinjal Patel. 2 spinners now operating. In fact, it was Nainisha at the other end. We'll see if there is another spinner who will operate from the other end. And they're using Rajeshwari Gaikwad sparingly. She herself is the captain.
Yeah, she's gone for 24 in her too. Be looking to come into the death overs, rather the finishing stages of this innings. Very crucial for her as well. She had a good outing last night.
Good shot that, powerfully hit, and will get a boundary. Much needed one, breaking the shackles. And the first one for the captain, Pratyusha Challuru.
Yeah, slightly fuller here on this occasion from Kinjal Patel. And in the arc of Pratyusha. And swept that beautifully for a Kalyani Motors boundary. As you can see there. Was right in that arc, and good effort there from the fielder, but goes down in vain.
Excellent timing on that one. It's a powerfully hit shot. Diving effort. Can't stop that, Prerna. Now through the offside.
Yeah, intelligent cricket here. Rotating that strike. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Pratyusha will need a lot more of those boundaries.
Yeah, the required run rate 9.72. They've kept it under check. Have the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Again, punches it in that same area.
How impressive Kinjal Patel has been this entire tournament. She's picked up 5 in her first 3 games. She's looked very good even tonight. She's keeping those hard lengths. A couple of boundaries here or there, but that's part and parcel of this game.
She needs to finish well this. And that's in the gap. Could be a boundary, is it? Not to be. Diving effort. Brilliant stop that. Prerna there stopping a certain boundary. 12 overs have been done. It's 109 for 2.
Yeah, Nainisha to continue. She had a very good over the last over. The wicket of Inshara and just giving away that 1 run.
And Nandini's been quiet, isn't it? Just the 3 runs of the 4 deliveries. Now 5 deliveries faced. She needs to get a going from here on, because if you need to get to that total, you will have to fire from both ends. It's a good time to take a single and bring the captain on strike. Pratyusha can take the youngster. What does Nandini do here? Tries to go for a big heave on the onside, misses it. This is where the frustration can creep in, isn't it, Param?
Yeah, dot balls will definitely create a lot of pressure. They need to keep rotating that strike, play some sensible cricket here, not try and do anything unorthodox.
Yeah, just try and get a single. Now you already wasted 2 deliveries, 2 dots. You could have let that alone, isn't it? You would have got a run. That's exactly what Pratyusha from the other end is saying. This is what pressure can get to do certain silly things.
Yeah, and Ainisha, again a good over so far. 3 dot balls. She looked good so far. Apart from that first over, she went for 19 in that first, but she's come back strong.
Yeah, now she gets the single. This is the problem, isn't it? The 4th delivery, you've left the captain to fend for yourself for the last 2 deliveries. Now she's under pressure to get a boundary. The required run rate has gone to 10.5. You don't want to be letting go of that momentum. 2 deliveries left in this over now. That'll go straight to Kushi. Could be a run out if it was a directed.
Yeah, can't get that foot off the gas. Need to keep motoring on. Pratyusha will have to take the onus here. The skipper will have to play a special knock, try and get that team over the finish line.
Excellent over this. What a comeback into the second spell by this youngster. Just that 1 run. And will remain as 1. What an over this has turned out to be. Brilliant one. 13 overs done. 110 for 2 are the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters.
Yeah, the skipper Rajeshwari Gaikwad now comes on to bowl from the Rahul Dravid end.
Now the pressure's back on Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, isn't it? When Inchara and Rachita were going, it was smooth sailing. They were on autopilot mode. They were on par with the asking rate. Now suddenly, and this batter has been called back. That is Nandini, I reckon. This is not the first time it's happened, isn't it, Param?
Yeah, it happened a couple of nights ago as well. Nandini was called back, retired hurt, and retired out rather. And now they bring on Lavanya Chalana. She was the superstar a couple of nights ago. 44 of just 20 odd deliveries. We know what she's capable of. We've seen her potential. She'll have to do something special and pull one out of the hat.
Exactly, and she's got the experienced Rajeshwari Gaikwad, the captain of the side. And once the cover fielder inside, 4 inside the ring on the off. They've got a short third, they've got a backward point and cover point and cover inside the ring. So they're anything she slashes over that will get a boundary. And top edge, will it have the legs to go to the boundary? Not to be. They'll surely come back for a couple of runs easily.
Yeah, Rajeshwari Gaikwad starts off nicely with the wicket. I beg your pardon, that was the retired out, and good delivery this here from Rajeshwari. Keeping that good length area. No turn there on that occasion, but finds the top edge.
Taking the pace off, that's through the covers, that should be a boundary. This is exactly why Lavanya was called on, and she's just doing what the doctor ordered. Brilliant boundary this.
Yeah, short on this occasion from Rajeshwari Gaikwad. And beautiful timing that from Lavanya. Just eases. It's another Kalyani Motors boundary.
Yeah, waited for it, isn't it? And pierced the gap there, threading the needle. Perfect shot. Just what they wanted at this moment. You've got to keep a tab on that required run rate, and that's exactly why she's been called on to take those chances. Risk is needed. Risk is the down payment of success, isn't it, Param? We've heard that. You've heard that.
Yeah, shot that, and is that in the gap, and that goes for another cycle, pure Agarbatti maximum. This is exactly what the doctor ordered. Lavanya Chalana, she's come on, and we're seeing some power hitting on display.
Yeah, how quickly does the pendulum swing, isn't it? Took on the bowler on the charge, on the onside, in that cow corner. Reja gets the maximum, and a much needed 6 as well. The impetus is on, and that's what she was called on for, and that's exactly what she's delivering. Superb this.
Yeah, the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters still have a couple of hitters. Saw that a couple of nights ago. Mithila Vinod, 49 of just 17 deliveries.
Better delivery this, just trying to punch that one.
Very, very crucial here. Lavanya Chalana and the skipper Pratyusha to build a partnership, keep that scoreboard ticking, make sure there's no foot off that gas.
Yeah, Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, they don't have an option, isn't it? They have to bite the bullet. They have to get this done, irrespective. And that's exactly why Lavanya has been called on. She's justified that. 5 deliveries and 13 runs scored off it. Now Pratyusha Challaru wants to get a boundary as well and make this a massive over. 13 runs off it. Will get just a single off it. 14 overs done, 14 runs off this 14th. It's 1-2-4 for 3.
Lavanya Chalana hitting those 6s. We saw that in the previous game against the Hubli Tigers. Now taking Rajeshwari Gaikwad to the cleaners. She's a World Cup winning player. I beg your pardon, a World Cup player. And Lavanya Chalana, the youngster, absolutely fearless cricket here.
Bringing all that experience, isn't it? Now is the time when they need to get that big over. Kushi has provided some happiness for the Mystics. That's a nice looking shot. There is a fielder. Will they come back for the second? Yes, no is the call. You got to take the no in running.
Yeah, the required rate now at 10.6. The chase is still on, but going to be an uphill climb from here on out.
Yeah, you have wickets in hand, and now this slowly but surely this partnership is brewing. 62 of 35 needed. Kushi, the leggy there, and it's bowled impressively, isn't it? Kushi reminds me of Paul Adams.
Yeah, she's got a very high arm action, nice stride, bowls a little quicker in the air. Very, very similar to Paul Adams.
Much taller though. Oh, that's a beautiful hit. Looked nowhere, just beyond the boundary. And that's been deposited into the stands as well. And that is a cycle pure Agarbatti 6. And the prayers are being answered, and who else other than Lavanya? That's exactly why they're on their seats jumping.
They're slightly fuller here on this occasion from Kushi, and Lavanya Chalana not going to miss out on that. It was in her arc and sweeps that beautifully to that mid-wicket region.
What a handsome shot that is. Through the kitchen sink at that one. Lavanya, what an exciting player. Extremely short of length there. Sliding effort. They will pick up another couple of runs. This is very, very interesting. This is going to go down the wire. That's for sure. 21, she's moved. Lavanya of the 8 deliveries. What an exciting player. Fasten your seatbelts in these last 2 deliveries. Don't be surprised if it goes for another couple of boundaries. Oh, not to be, just a little quicker.
Yeah, slightly shorter, but you were talking about how much quicker she is in the air. A little bit of pace on that ball. Yeah. Pod for Kushi here to finish strong.
Last ball of the 15th. Oh, nicely done. That will be another single. 10 runs off this 15th over. 15 overs done. It's 134 for 3 are the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters.
We've come to the business end, and what a Sunday we've had. Fabulous game first up in the afternoon. Pratyusha batting on 11-22, Lavanya giving her company. 60 by Inchara of 30 balls, 34 of 32 Rachita. They gave the start that was required in the power play. 1 for 34, 1 for 21 Nainisha, Kushi 1 for 19. Kushi's looked really good. Expensive has been the skipper, 3 overs 38. Kinjal Patel 3 overs and 28. Kinjal has been handed over the responsibility. She's coming in for her final over of a spell. Important 16th over. Welcome Vikram, partnership after a long time.
Yeah, lovely partnership brewing out there. We can see that Lavanya has been given the go to hit the ball. Just think that she should actually be a little wise to some of the balls she can't put away. Get the single, get away. I don't want a release shot to land up in somebody's hands.
Full toss would certainly be disappointed, Pratyusha. But sad to see Nandini being recalled for the 2nd time in this tournament. Are the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters just faltering in their strategy?
I would have to appreciate parts of their strategy. They're sticking to some youngsters, giving them confidence, and then perhaps you call them back at the right stage.
Pull this time around, the fielder in place. But I'm just imagining and thinking from the point of view mentally how Nandini would be. 2nd time around in this short tournament, certainly it would start working on a mind. Giving the youngster a go is one side of it. You allow her to bat with freedom. Walks across and drags it onto the stumps. It was building, it was building, it was in the air. Pratyusha had to go for it. 2nd time around, we saw a reverse sweep getting out in the previous game at a time when she was needed in the middle. This time around, Kinjal castles her.
Just playing on there. Pratyusha is known to play those kind of shots. Plays all over, likes to paddle sweep, sweep, reverse sweep, and all those strokes. This time just playing on. Unfortunate for the Bengaluru Blasters. They're known to come back as they displayed to us the other day, and I really think it's down to Lavanya now just to be careful not to get tempted to play a big shot just because there are a few dots. And how do you do that? By motoring along and finding those gaps for singles.
137 for 4, and they lose the important wicket of the captain Pratyusha. 12 of 12, and what a comeback from Kinjal Patel.
She's kind of, Kinjal Patel's been the kind of unsung hero, right? She was unheralded as we started off, and you saw what an impact she had both with bat and ball in the first match. Ever since then, she's been the go-to woman, batting sometimes, but bowling usually for the Gulbarga Mystics.
This brings in the heroine the other night, Mithila Vinod. Nobody will forget that innings in a hurry. 49 not out of 17, and this was the pair which carried them over the line. Can they repeat what they did a few nights ago? But certainly easier said than done. They come in at a very critical situation. 50 of 26. Important 2 balls loading. Her final over in the spell. for Kinjal Patel. Starts off with the dot. No time for sighters here.
Yes, also I feel if Mystics do overwhelm the Blasters tonight, I could call them the giant killers.
Absolutely. They did that yesterday with a comprehensive 9-wicket victory against a fancied side like Hubballi Tigers. Today, if they can pull it off, certainly it would be a major upset. Finishes off in style. Dot ball, couple of dot balls to finish a spell. 4 overs, 1 for 31. Interesting phase of the game. The Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters 137 for 4, 16 done. Quick chat the captain is having with the keeper and the think tank. Discussions about who needs to bowl which over. 50 of 24. 12.5 is what is needed per over. Must boundary or 2 in an over to keep abreast. It's pressure time. 6 wickets in hand. The all-important duo in the middle. Once again, Rajeshwari Gaikwad having a chat with Prerana, and then she decides that she's going to come on and bowl the 17th over.
Well, a lot of the younger bowlers are pressed into service. It kind of, if you were baffled by why Nandini Chauhan possibly was sent at that number, it baffles me why Aditi Rajesh hasn't been used as a bowler. They have an ace up their sleeve. I know they're up right now, the Mystics, but they could have actually been in an even better position, perhaps if they strategized around the bowlers who are slightly senior.
True, that too, defending a massive total of 187. Certainly could have been pressed into service. Experience, putting her under pressure, has to re-bowl that. Through a couple of decisions we've seen that have been taken, at times we don't understand whether it's just trying to push the youngsters for the sake of it, or playing somebody in the 11 and not even showing them the ball, that too as a pure bowler. That certainly, doesn't augur well. And Mystics, not with many known faces or big names in the side, but they did manage to pull off a massive 9-wicket victory yesterday, chasing down 160 against Tigers, and confidently winning the toss, deciding to bat, put up a mammoth 186. Can they pull it off here? As you mentioned, giant killers, and this certainly would be an upset. A fancied Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters side. No choice but to go for glory. Rajeshwari Gaikwad just has to hold her nerves, stay cool. Composure is important, and she's seen it all. She's been around for more than a decade, been with the Indian side, part of 2 World Cups. Nobody better knows the situation than her. High, top edge, nothing. The keeper says it's all mine. Is this the wicket they were looking for? Rajeshwari Gaikwad strikes, and Lavanya, who was motoring along, striking the ball at will. Pressure building on Pratyusha, and now a well set Lavanya. Wickets falling at important juncture. 140 for 5 now.
As you see the wicket of Lavanya, you think there it's just skied high in the sky, just not to the pitch of the ball. You always think that was it those few dot balls that she played that put the pressure on her. She's been around the circuit quite some time, right since the under 15 days. She's had a time to analyze herself. She's a very hard worker as we understand it, but really there's something she can do slightly better, which is work around the field a little bit more. She's got tremendous power. The team relies upon her. Hopefully the Blasters, for her sake, will get over the line and she'll come back strong.
140 for 5 at the fall of the wicket, and it is Lavanya 25 of 14. It's going to get that much tougher now. Karnika Karthik, another young prodigy who's made a name for herself. Whenever opportunities have been presented, she's done well with the ball. Limited opportunities with the bat, she's come up. But today is a big night. 13.43. She's up against an experienced campaigner in Rajeshwari Gaikwad. 3 balls left in this over. Though the skippers looked expensive tonight, but she's managed to pick up the all-important wicket at a crucial juncture, that of the well-set Lavanya. That's it in. these singles certainly will not hurt the Mystics.
I understand about roles being assigned to individuals, but sometimes you wonder what the thinking is. Chansi has not batted much in the middle order. You see the shot straight in the air and absolutely pouched by the keeper.
A lot of discussions do happen in the drawing room. They talk about assigning roles to players. Clarity of role is what they talk about. I think the key is the communication from the coaches, the support staff to the players. But end of the day, when the players get onto the park, it's their individual discretion to get ahead with the execution. Once again, turns around, walks across, laps it over the wicketkeeper. Does it have the legs? Just slows down a touch. They do turn back for 3. A very rare instance in this ground. Rajeshwari finishes her spell, 4 overs, 1 for 45. And the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters, after 17, are 144 for the loss of 5 wickets.
Yeah, I think it's a great honor to be picked in the auction, to be bid for so much of a price and all that. Nandini Chauhan herself is a leg break bowler. So she'll wonder why she's not being bowled. Like you say, there probably roles assigned and there's enough bowlers of her kind. Chansi Krishnamurthy is a middle order batter who's not really getting, I understand today's situation slightly different. She's a very steady batter but a very level-headed. She's also a leg break bowler. You can try her now and then. Lavanya Chalana, who's been tried in a good batting role, is actually a good medium pacer. It's much in the mold of, well, I can name 1 or 2, maybe Karnika. And actually, just wondering how these roles are assigned, but I guess it's all a good learning for these youngsters to fit into a different franchise team in a different manner.
True, maybe once the team was set, picked in the auction, the coaches, did they have ample time to work around with these players? And if there have been coaches who watch these players closely, would certainly have had a hang of what they are up to. Surprising Harshita with her off spinners. Comes in at a crucial time and welcome to the crease and pulled high over long on. Straight away, Mithila welcomes her. Rank dragged down, gets the treatment. The cycle pure agarbatti maximum.
Mithila just heaving that ball away for a maximum over there. No chance for the fielder to get that. Setting the tone for what may come. Will we see another exciting finish tonight like the Bengaluru Blasters provided some nights ago?
Certainly funny game this is. Can't rule out anything. Don't go away anywhere. There's a sizable crowd that's come in to support the Bengaluru Blasters. So with the Mystics. So we've seen twists and turns in the game earlier and many a times in this glorious sport of cricket. Cross section of the crowd. Everybody is on their seats. Hoexit. No timing. A big hit. A couple of boundaries are a must. 36 or rather 35 from 15. This is a very important over and they have thrown the ball to Harshita.
Regardless of the results, let's looking back, that fantastic start by the openers. You just wondered if somebody like a Mithila could have gone in today as a gamble at number 4.
High, straight down the ground. Timing not good. The ball just lobs in and stops there. Enough time to comfortably come back for the 2. Well, I've been a very strong advocate and I've been talking about this. Top 3 batters are the ones who get the most to make use of the opportunities to bat up and maximize. So it's imperative that one of them bats long enough. That's what we saw with Shubha Satish, Pratyusha and Vrinda. Half centuries, Vrinda carrying on. But let's see with Roshni in the first innings. One of them, either Inchara or Rakshita, had to carry on. If you have 2 new batters at the crease when you require 35 or 15, it's really tough on them. I think this is where a couple of teams have lost on, not trying to capitalize on the stats they've got. So far, a decent over, 11 of it. Walks across and hoiks it high. It's got the legs to go over the fence. Another cycle pure maximum. 17 of the over. That's what they required. They race up to 161 for 5 at the end of 18. There she goes down on one knee, across the off stump, creates the room, creates the gaps. Underneath it, hoiks it high. Bottom hand into picture. Got the much needed finish to the over. Don't go away anywhere. 26 of 2. Still not out of reach. It's anybody's game.
Would you rather think 13 in each over? Would you rather think 26 in an aggregate?
As a batter, if I am out there, I would try to maximize what is coming up in this over. But unfortunately, the 19th over always is bowled by one of the best bowlers in the side, and that mantle is being taken up by Kushi. This over will decide which side the pendulum is going to swing. And I believe the first ball is going to be very important, and how Mithila lines up and what area she's going to target is going to be very important. 2 boundary riders on the leg side. She's a good hitter down the line, powerful hitter on the back foot. Cow corner, long on, long off. We have a deep extra cover. 3 inside the ring on the off, almost square. 2 square behind leg. All important 19th over. Kushi starts. Starts on the back foot. High over deep mid wicket. What the doctor ordered. Yet another cycle pure maximum. The start of this over has been fantastic.
Kushi just bowling that in between length, and just a trifle short. Mithila knew straight away she could go back and launch into the stands.
So nothing wrong much with the ball, just back of length, quick on her feet, rocks back and had no hesitation, using the bottom hand well, picks it up high over deep square leg. Now the pressure is back on Kushi. 20-11, it's getting closer. This time around, inside edge against the run of play. Pressure was building. 6, and next inside edge. The sound of timber would have certainly rattled her. What a wicket to get at this point in time. Kushi is certainly holding on to her nerves. A temperament, a tenacity in picture here.
Yeah, Kushi will be happy with this one. Getting a prize wicket played on there. How happy will she be, especially if Gulbarga Mystics get over the line today. She's got snared 2 very, very prized batters, Mithila and earlier Inchara. A young baby Paul Adams now coming into her own.
True, has to go back. Is Mithila. Certainly will be a touch disappointed that she couldn't be out there in the middle to finish it off. But this provides an opportunity to Chandasi. Is she the one who's going to put up the hand and stitch that small partnership to get the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters over the line? Truly admirable. Not picked in the auction, but as a catchment player walks in, and what a tournament Kushi's had. Outstanding. Truly brave. She's got a big heart. Takes it upon herself. Did not get faced by the first ball 6. What a strong comeback.
Quite right. I now see a role where Chansey will actually hand over the strike to Karnika. She's the one who's capable of pulling out exciting shots and clearing the boundary. Chansey's been around a long time. She knows what to do exactly.
Time will tell. Kushi just darts it in and picks it up off the stump. Delicate cut. Splits the small gap between backward point and short third. Boundary out of nowhere. Another Kalyani motor boundary. Welcome shot from Chandasi.
Many a batter can take a leaf out of Chansey's book. Just watching what to do, not just going into a long shot, just watching the ball and just guiding it away to that boundary for a 4 runs.
16 from 9. Do we have another twist in the tail? Tossed up. Not good enough on that occasion. Chandasi, the timing not good. Manages a single and gets a strike back to Karnika. It is Karnika's turn now. She has to be clever in targeting those areas.
I wouldn't be surprised if everybody who knows Karnika around here is expecting her to pull off 2 boundary hits, 1 6 and a 4 of these last 2 balls. Ambitious, but possible.
True, it all boils down to how this ball goes. A reverse hit. Timing not good, doesn't have the legs. Over ambitious, you can say. Was a short ball, predetermined. Else she could have just pulled it and deposited over the square leg fence. I think what can take over your mind is pressure. The all-important ball in this game. The boundary hit will certainly have the Bengaluru Blasters in the driver's seat come the last over. Single to finish. 12 of the last, and Kushi's had a wonderful night. Finishing her spell, picking up 2 important wickets, giving away 33. 175 for 6, the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Last over to come up. People in the ground and people who are watching it across the globe, don't go anywhere. It's an edge of a seat thriller. And what Vikram was mentioning early in the commentary stint, he said it could be a humdinger, the sort of games we've seen today, and certainly this one is turning out to be one.
Living up to its reputation of one of the earlier matches we've seen, where the Bengaluru Blasters pulled off an improbable victory, chasing 12 is achievable very much with these 2 batters out there. So really set up for a big one over here.
I'm just wondering, will we end up having the first super over of the Maharani Trophy 2026? Nothing is rolled out. Couple of big hits in the first 2 balls can seal it, and the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters can cross the line. A wicket or 2 in the first couple of overs, then couple of big hits. It can still keep you in the game. A lot of discussion. And what a time for young Nainisha to come and unleash her prowess. To defend 12 in the last over. She's had a pretty good night. 3 overs, 1 for 21. A night for her to remember. Will she be the one who's going to get Mystics over the line? Length ball straight on the ground. Timing not good enough. Will they come back for 2? Yes, 2 is the call. Oh, a direct hit. Certainly it's all happening here at the Chinnaswamy. There's going to be an umpire's review for a run out. The looks of it, the celebrations from the Mystics, looks like we might have Chandasi run out here. Not in the frame as of now. Oh yes, she's a couple of feet short. An important wicket at this point in time. 6th wicket goes down. That's Chandasi. Yeah, the red light. That's the fatal one. Chandasi out, 5 of 2. 6th wicket down for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. 1 run. They require still 12 of 5. Is there another twist, Vikram?
To their benefit, they do have a striker, one of the strikers, and who can hit the ball a long way. So I thought that second run had to be taken. Yes, in these situations, when it comes off, you don't mind, and there is just that little bit of a chance, which actually happened, that the other person gets run out. So that chance had to be taken.
What a brilliant piece of fielding. Under pressure, picked it up, aiming at all the 3 stumps on the bounce. A direct hit. That was what was required. Nevertheless, it's Karnika still on strike. Nainisha starting off well. Can she hold her nerve? A big night. The scoop coming off. Once again, the timing not good enough, but does it have the legs? Just trickling over. Could have been a better effort from Kinjal Patel. Disappointing. You need to put your body on the line. These are the small moments in the game that can shift the momentum. Much needed. Kalyani Motors boundary. Back in the game.
Her favorite stroke, one of those scoops, paddles, almost didn't travel to the boundary on this particular outfield. Just slowing up there and then finally just managing to get to the rope. Another boundary here.
7 of 4. Certainly, the batting side would hold the edge. Just basic composure to hold on. It's all about nerves now. Big night, pressure game, last over, 7 runs needed. Once again trying the reverse scoop, but this time around it races away towards third man. 2 again. 2 is the call. They come back. Fancy shots. Luck is on our side. 2 leg byes this time around. Comes down to 5 of 3.
Namita must just be a little wary of running those runs, just being absolutely alert, backing up well to make it happen for Karnika. She's the right person to have at that end, the strikers in at this stage. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if Karnika pulled out yet another scoop.
She does that again, but this time around doesn't connect off the pad. they would be all the more happy and most welcome to get anything. It could be a bye, it could be a leg bye, but a fabulous effort to just restrict that to 2. Anisha walks across it again. This time around, no connection. And again they come back for 2. A wild throw, despairing dive, and gets back for 2. A bit slow to react, the fielder at long off. Didn't pick the ball coming her way. We are seeing it all here. It's all happening here at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. And this is the Maharani Trophy. Going for glory. Cued that ball actually. The long off fielder just missed that. A touch, slow, and a wild throw. The throw beyond target. Kanika would have been inside.
Predicting a scoop now, and the last ball, if required, after this would be a hard hit through the line of the ball.
3 required. Oh! Again a scoop. Vikram was reading her mind well. But prudence. Just can't hit the ball down the ground. There's a big gap between extra cover and long off. Smart bowling. Held on to a nerve. Yorker length. Definitely couldn't get it off.
Now is going to be a shot which throws the kitchen sink at the ball. They're going anywhere in the stadium if it goes at all.
All important ball in this final over. Oh, beaten. And that's it. Game, set and match. What a night Nainisha has had. Dot ball to finish. Winning by 2 runs. The Gulbarga Mystics. The youngster was thrown the ball. Took the opportunity with both hands and said, I'm here, skipper, to deliver. And what a last over she's had. The end result, what a fantastic game of cricket. Cricket is the winner. Mystics in the end, defending a score of 186 and winning the game by 2 runs. This is another upset in this tournament, if you can call. And they end up with 2 more points, another victory, and 4 points on the table. Celebrations in the stands and on the ground. Truly, what a nervy game. Edge of a street thriller. Humdinger, you can say, did go down to the wire. Last ball finish. This is what this game and this tournament needed.
So the giant killers are definitely in. That's the Gulbarga Mystics title. The women showing that how they can do it. Come back and strongly into the tournament. Whereas in the beginning you're wondering what kind of a show they'd come up with. Just trying to heave it completely, a big heave, but Kanika missing. Unfortunate to this time. She's done all she can, and she was ably supported by Namita at the other end, but wasn't to be today.
Through the camaraderie, these young girls play against each other or play with each other in club cricket in Bangalore and various age group cricket. But overall, I would say the game has been the winner, and what a Sunday it's been. Outstanding brand of cricket we've seen, and this is what was required to propel this tournament and take it to the next level. The game has been the winner, and the girls have put up a tremendous show, and this is what is expected, was expected, and it's arrived on day 4 of the Maharani Trophy. Happy scenes all over, and where do we go from here? Now all the teams are stuck on 4 points at the end of 4 games. What a brilliant comeback by the Mystics. They were lying at the bottom without any wins in the first 2 games, but they clawed their way back. A resounding 9-wicket victory yesterday against Hubballi Tigers, and defending a nail-biting finish, Humdinger, managing to squeeze through and cross the line by 2 runs. All the 4 teams now equally sitting there tight on 4 points. This is what this tournament needed. We don't want to see any team comfortably qualify to the top 2, because all-important final is going to take place on the 2nd of August. It's a batting card, 60 of 30 and 34 of 32. A fantastic opening stand between Inchara and Rachita, but not much contributions in the middle. 25 of 14, Lavanya getting out at the time where the team required them the most. 18 of 10 by Mithila against a run of less. She got out. Kanika Karthik, a cameo in the end, but end result in the 20 overs, they managed 184 for 8, just missing out on crossing the line by 2 runs. What a fantastic performance. Namita D'Souza wicketless, 1 for 34. Karnika None for 29, Ananya Hegde. Mithila Vinod, 2 for 47. And it's been a fantastic bowling performance. And Nainisha, she's the one who was the pick. And Rajeshwari Gaikwad picking 1 wicket at the important time. And what a time to come back. End of the day, whatever be it, you're showing the wrong bowling card. Overall, it's been a super Sunday. And the highlights of this game, the start of the innings with the Mystics winning the toss and deciding to bat some elegant shots. The pitch, which was true, provided good bounce and carry. They were able to hit through the line, walking down, creating pace, absolutely sparing no bowler in the opponent. The first wicket, and Karnika was the pick of the bowlers for the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters. Then it was Roshni all the way. What a night she had. Pick up shots, elegant timing, power pick shots. Namita was picked up for 3 boundaries in that particular over offline. And what an exhibition of power hitting. Whenever she decided to use the long handle, she cleared the fence comfortably. Ananya was taken to the cleaners in the first 3 overs she bowled. The 17th over was what she really made a strong comeback. All the bowlers who came into the party were all taken to the cleaners. And at one point in time, Pratyusha did not know which bowler to go to. What an amazing display of batting. At one point in time, they were running away close to 200. But nevertheless, this was the highest score in the tournament posted by the Mystics. That was the 50. And celebrations all round. It didn't end there. Half the job done. And she realized she had to carry on till the end. Shots all over the park, using her feet to the spinners, trying to make pace, and some elegant shots. She didn't spare anyone. Against the run of play, a couple of wickets that just picked them back, and it was Mithila Vinod. And there in the end, some power pack shots. The fielders were just a spectator to that. This was the wicket keeper pouncing onto that comfortably. And with this clean hit, she was approaching her 3-figure mark. And what shots, the array of shots. This was the one. Takes her helmet off and says, there I am, finishing off in style, getting them to a comfortable position. And who thought the chase would get on like this? What a power play the Bengaluru Blasters had. Inchara and Rakshita straight away caught the foot on the pedal. Didn't spare anyone. 6 different bowlers used. Everyone taken to the cleaners. They went in excess of 12 and over. It was almost the game till the halfway mark for the Bengaluru Blasters. But the pullback happened when they did lose the wicket of Inchara. But the quality of shots, back cut, delicacy, no one was spared. This one was all invitation. And there were shots galore all over the park. Kalyani motor boundaries. And then we had cycle pure maximums. True, the sponsors would have been really proud today in both the games. We've seen maximum hits sailing into the night sky and over the ropes and along the carpet. Kushi to start with. This was the all-important wicket. Castling Inchara. Then against the run of play, it was Rakshita who was stumped. And there was the nice Nema celebration. A small little cameo from the skipper. But the dot ball pressure kept increasing and they had to go for glory. And this was at the time when Lavanya got into the act and Nandini Chauhan was recalled, retired, hurt. And then the game was again tilting in the balance. And here Kinjal Patel plugged and brought the Mystics back into the game. This was the all-important wicket. The skipper holding it back and picking up the wicket of Lavanya. A late cameo from Mithila. And a couple of big hits at that point in time. And Kushi was brought in to that all-important 19 over. She was greeted with a 6 off the first ball, but what a comeback, holding a nerve. This girl has come on the big stage and just embraced it and taken it to like a fish to water. We thought Chandasi could pull it off, but this was a brilliant piece of fielding. This was the moment the game turned in the favor of the Mystics. A direct hit, sending Chandasi back. Then trying to go fancy. Those fancy laps, just fetching a couple each of 2 balls. And then it came down to the last ball, nailed it with a yorker. And here are the jubilant scenes we see. The Mystics given an opportunity, just running onto the field. And what a game of cricket we've witnessed. Honestly, we've just lost for words. And today has truly been a super Sunday. That's a match summary. Mystics 186 for 3, deciding to bat first. Magnificent 100 from Roshni Kiran. Prerna 42. In the chase, 184 for 8, just missing out by 2 runs. Inchara 60, 34 Rachita, and Lavanya 25 in the end. Holding a nerve. Nainisha, to me, was the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 28. The youngster coming to the party, along with another youngster who's just taken this tournament by storm, 2 for 33. Kushi. What a game of cricket it's been. We are all set for the presentation. Let's go down to Param, who's with both the teams and the captains, and ready for the presentation party.
4 games, each team has played 4 matches, and each team has 4 points on that table. What an absolutely wonderful defense there from the Gulbarga Mystics. On to the presentation. Before we move on to the presentation, the KSCA would like to thank its sponsors. Umpire sponsor Cycle Pure Agarbatti, official sponsor Kalyani Motors, radio partner 92.7 Big FM. And to my left, the presentation party, Netravati Yogesh, channel partner Cycle Pure Agarbatti, Hemalata PJ, former Karnataka state cricketer, Dr. Nivedita Reshme, former Karnataka state cricketer, and Janvi SK, former Karnataka state cricketer. Thank you all for joining us. And the first award will be presented by Dr. Nivedita Reshme and Janvi SK to the purple cap, Karnika Karthik. Absolutely wonderful spell there tonight, Karnika. And the next award to be presented by Hemalata PJ, and that'll be the catch of the match. And that goes to Soumya. What a beautiful catch taken there, getting rid of Lavanya. The next award, the Cycle Pure Agarbatti Trusted Player of the Match award to be presented by Netravati Yogesh. And what an absolute amazing knock there, Roshni Kiran. Scoring 113 of 62 deliveries. Please don't forget your trophy, Roshni. I'd like to now invite the winning captain, Rajeshwari Gaikwad, to have a quick chat. काफी खुश होंगे आज आप?
हाँ, बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हूँ. बहुत अच्छी मैच हुई.
आपने पहले इनिंग्स में आपने कहा था कि आपको बैटिंग करना है. 186. क्या लगा विकेट के बारे में?
विकेट तो ज़्यादा अच्छा है. बैटिंग विकेट है, तो हम लोगों ने प्लान यही करा था कि हम लोग टॉस जीतेंगे तो बैटिंग करेंगे और अच्छा से अच्छा टारगेट इन लोगों को सेट करके देंगे. तो वो तो हमने किया, लेकिन मुझे लगता है बॉलिंग में और थोड़ा बेहतर कर सकते थे. इतना लास्ट बॉल तक जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं थी. तो खुश हूँ कि रिज़ल्ट हमारे फेवर में आया.
और आपके बॉलर्स स्पेशली नाइनिशा, पहले ओवर में 19 रन, लेकिन उन्होंने कमबैक किया, विकेट लिया. बाकी बॉलर्स भी उन्होंने काफ़ी अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया. कैसा लगा आपको इन द मिडल? हाउ वाज इट देयर?
मेरे टीम में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा यंगस्टर्स है और सारे अंडर 19 प्लेयर्स है. तो मैं पर्सनली बहुत खुश हूँ कि इन लोगों ने इतना अच्छा परफॉर्म किया और इतना अच्छा बॉलिंग करने के बाद हम लोगों को जीत दिलाई. नैनिशा, मैं तीन मैच से उन लोगों को बोल ही रही हूँ कि बॉलिंग इधर उधर हो रही है. तो मैं बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हूँ कि उन लोगों ने आज बहुत अच्छे से एग्जीक्यूट किया.
Well, congratulations to you, Rajeshwari, and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. Thank you.
And absolutely nail-biting finish there. And don't go anywhere, folks. We have a couple of days break, and we come back on the 28th of July, where the Hubli Tigers will take on the Kalyani Bengaluru Blasters at 2 p.m. That's it from the presentation party.